might be a little heavy on the hand, but I learned from living life on the land that when the flames get hotter, you move to deeper water. That's where I learned to sink and swim. And you know I don't really give a damn.
That's fucking fantastic.
Let's fucking go, guys. Howdy. Welcome to this week's episode of Vikings, Outlaws, and Cowboys. I'm your host, Viko the Bearded One. You can call me JT for short. Today, I am joined by his bouginess, Alex the Jarl Martinez, and the gray-bearded fox. Silver-bearded fox? Yeah.
The silver fox.
The Doc.
Whatever.
The Doc. Ryan Doc
The salty dog. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna start calling you. Fucking start calling you the
Dude,
salty dog.
I've got a Navy shirt somewhere that says salty from fucking the Gearheads.
That's fucking funny.
The old
Well-
salt dog.
From the Grunt Boys over at Grunt Style, me and my salty ass.
Yeah, fuck, man. I feel like I need that shirt. Alex needs that shirt. We need to make a Vox shirt with that.
Yeah.
But you guys need to fucking start buying some goddamn Vox shirts.
Right?
Love y'all. Appreciate your support. All that fun stuff. But before we get into this week's episode, I just want to do the regular thing. What are y'all drinking today? Start off with you, the bougie one. What do you got?
I got Buffalo Trace.
Oh,
The
any
old-
special?
The
Any
old
special
standby.
year?
No, just Buffalo Trace, just normal shit.
Okay. What about you, Doc? What do you got today?
Well, I've got my trusty stuff on the shelf behind me, but really I broke into the Old Barrel Woodford Reserve and made me some old fashioned. So
The Woody.
Ooh, the Woody, huh?
I got a Woody. And not that there's anything to do with it, but fuck, I got a Woody.
A Woody.
And it's even got a cherry, so there's that.
Nice.
Should we let you go, dude? I would hate
Dude,
for
wait.
you
No,
at your
I
age
mean,
to waste a Woody.
I'm in
Yeah.
I'm in my man station right here. So
All right.
Solid. All right.
There's toilet paper somewhere,
The sock. I
Fucking-
mean, you're probably wearing a
No,
sock, right?
it's probably time for the carpet to come out anyhow.
Just hanging
Fuck
out
it.
at Masturbation Central Station.
Shit. That's
We're doing
fucking
all sorts
awesome.
of CS acronyms. We got ACS and MCS.
Well, gents, I'm drinking a Lolo Creek Distillery Haunted Waters Bourbon Whiskey. My neighbor bought it for me.
Sounds too spooky
Yeah.
for me.
Well, I mean, we are a paranormal podcast sometimes.
Yeah.
There better be
What
some
if
of
it's
that
got-
left up in 2 weeks when I'm up there.
If it's got
Right.
like haunted water in it, like legitimately.
Well, I was just gonna. That means I'm just pouring one for the little girl that's hanging out. She's old enough. It's fine at this point.
Nope.
What's that shit
no,
called?
who said that anyway?
Fucking that water that's like out there.
Hmm.
It's like kill your thirst or whatever.
Oh, Death Water?
Death water.
Yeah.
Hmm.
that's
Do you
just
see
good.
that? Like, it's fucking water in a can.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I
you
bought
fell
that-
for it.
No,
you-
I bought that. I've been buying that shit. I bought that shit like 6 years ago when they first started, and I was ordering it straight from them in the boxes. I liked the can. The can's badass. I would take it to the desert, right? It's nice because I can roll around in the Razor with it, and it's
And
cool.
People
I
think that
swear
you're drinking, but
yeah,
you're not.
Yeah, sure. Why not? I mean, I'm always drinking something. But
So-
it would leave me. It literally would leave me with as much cotton mouth because I think it's just such. I don't know if it's distilled water or whatever the fuck it is, but it would leave me with as much cotton mouth as when I was out of high school and fucking smoking a quarter a day.
It's the devil in it, bro. Because
Yeah,
it's death
probably.
water. Did you see that they had like a lady go into like their warehouse and start like using like the satanic Bible to like say shit over the water? I
Awesome.
saw
to
I
bless.
literally
bless the
give up
water.
on humanity. I'm
I
fucking
saw a
out.
whole ass
I'm
fucking
out.
video and the lady doing it, and I went over to my buddy's house and I was like, "Hey, do you got a water?" Just expected like him to give me a glass or something. Or like a bottle of water. And he gives me one of those. I'm like, I don't know, man. I'm kind of feeling a little weird about it. Drank half of it and I was like, nah, I'm good. And I shit you not, like I got home and like I broke out into fucking hives. I don't know what the fuck that's about, but I don't get hives.
Was it the
No,
white
that's
can or was it all
that's
the
it.
flavored shit?
No, it was just one of the fucking in the white can, just the regular.
Just the regular water.
Huh.
And it was super awkward too, because like you're drinking it and like The only thing you drink from a can is beer, right? And then you take a sip and
I was
it's
gonna say maybe
fucking water.
Or a
maybe
pop.
it's because it wasn't Bud Light and your vagina didn't know what to do.
I mean, that could be it. But usually it's like one for me and one for my homie.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
dude,
know.
I broke out into hives, and I'm like, dude, it's because it's the devil's water. It's got to be.
It's
was gonna
probably
say,
because
if
it's
you-
fucking water in a can. Like that's
True.
probably really what it is. It's that's.
Well, I mean, like technically, like I'm drinking whiskey out of this can, right?
Yeah, but
This
it's not
that's
like
stainless,
bearded
though,
Viking
not
can.
that's
aluminum.
stained. Yeah.
Yeah,
By
that's
the way,
stainless.
yeah.
So further, just
Trademark
as a
Ricky Bobby Inc.
as Doc in your medical professional / Marine Corps life, when you pour one for the homie, it's a lot less messy if you just use a tampon.
Well, not if you have your clam burger open.
All right, I'm finding myself mildly fucking attracted right now.
Oh shit.
We probably ought to go to commercial break.
And on today's episode, what really gets Doc running? Apparently, it's a clam burger with cheese.
Dude,
With some Bud Light.
have you seen the burgers that I make? They're delicious.
Yeah. I actually have. I've tasted your meat before. It's quite
Oh, yeah.
amazing. I've tasted both your meat before.
Oh, it's really going down a path.
Yeah,
isn't it?
we're fucking here now.
Very early.
You're
You
such
guys
a-
fucking. I'm not even drunk yet. Fuck, man.
if you can still say Worcestershire, you're not drunk enough.
Who's your sister?
I literally picked today to be the sober day this week.
Yeah, we're not gonna finish that. That's
And
not gonna happen.
And it's hump day. You picked hump day to be sober? What the hell?
I haven't had a sober day all week.
Wait, says the coach of little kid baseball, Libby?
No,
Wait,
it's
are
well,
we talking
I mean,
bad news?
I mean that drives you to drink, but I think we're like 2 weeks out now. We're done.
Oh,
It's like
what
it's
about
like
what about all the patriotic all-star tournaments, man?
Oh, dude, we did all of our tournaments, and I think we took like third place or something. The kids did pretty good for
Yeah, nice.
some
Actually,
of them not being able to throw at the start.
I wanted to come down and see you in Salem. I haven't been down on those fields in like 10 years. I wanted to see if they're still as amazing as they used to be.
They weren't bad. Some the ones were good. The other ones were terrible. The other one was terrible.
My
I heard the
my
last
eyes are twitching
podcast.
from this
Yeah.
this baseball talk. I
Oh,
wanna let you know that.
we should.
Uh,
I was gonna say. I thought.
It's a smart man's game. We don't expect you to understand.
That's fine,
I
bro.
saw
it's
the
the-
funniest meme today, and it was like a picture, or it was like a video of Vin Diesel swimming. It was like a close up on his face, and then the caption was like, "When you find out that the people in the submarine had families," and it shows them diving down in the water. That was great.
Ouch.
I just like the Fast and the Furious jokes about what's his nuts that fucking ended up dead.
Polly boy.
Paul Walker. Yeah.
Well,
Dude,
I
that's
can't.
messed up. He was like the coolest part of the show.
Yeah,
Sure.
for sure.
I'll go with yes because I stopped watching The Land Before Time with Cars 15 episodes ago.
Well,
Or whatever the fuck it
The
is.
saddest part was he was a passenger. That's the crazy part.
I mean,
I can attest to being the passenger in a vehicle where they almost kill you, and he got dead. But
it's like
Yeah.
riding down the
That's-
mountain with JT.
it gives you control issues the rest of your life. Yeah, just talk.
Need
talk to
a
my
driving
friends.
school brake added to his truck.
Nah, fuck off.
Oh my God, that and Sirius XM satellite radio. Holy Christ! I every time I get into a vehicle, I'm like, oh please Jesus, let his phone break. Or did he leave his phone home? Oh
He just
my
doesn't
God.
fucking. He's like, oh man, I don't like your music. I want you
No,
to
he
pay.
turns on. He's like, dude, I have a rock set up for you. It's like 90s
I
rock.
fucking
And I'm
yeah,
like, dude,
and it played fucking Pantera. It
no,
played fucking
no,
GNR. Yeah, it did.
no.
Yeah, it did. Fuck off, bro. I'll fucking. I'll even show it when you come up. I played all your fucking weird gay music. It's
Played
fine.
like Green Day and maybe one or two good
Oh,
songs by
that's
the
lame.
Offspring, and then he had like
Dude, you were like all in. You're like,
what
oh,
was that? What's that mouse one? Mighty Mouse or whatever the fuck? I don't
that's
know.
Modest Mayhew.
Whatever. Modest
Modest
Mouse.
Yahoo,
Yeah,
and he sucks too. Anyway,
Whatever.
I'm like,
fuck off.
I would 90s rock. I would even take some fucking Pearl Jam right now. The 3-chord Pearl Jam. Give me
Well,
that
you-
shot. Give me that shotgun shit from Nirvana. Like, let's go.
I think
I
it's.
can't-
I
I can't
Let's get
do
some Team
Nirvana.
Spirit in here for fuck's sake.
I think
fuck
Nirvana. I think Nirvana was better post Courtney Love.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
I'm gonna have to agree.
I think
I'm
you've
gonna have
watched.
to go full
I think you're
fucking.
watching too much Skinemax and porn.
Listen.
Porn.
I also
Um,
think that Metallica could do with some Courtney Love as well.
Whoa, not the
Hmm.
Metallica.
Listen,
Yeah.
it is the thing. All right, gents, we got to get into this. So
I was gonna say we're gonna lose viewership if you go fucking go off on Metallica.
I give a fuck at all. At all.
You're a
Listen,
monster.
whatever. Fuck off.
Dude, you
Today.
you need to ride the lightning.
No, stop it.
Yeah.
Feel the thunder.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, moving on.
The Sandman's
So-
gonna visit you, motherfucker. Put you to sleep.
I'm just gonna like start clicking mute.
You're gonna have to go into a sanitarium.
Fucking shit.
We're gonna
All
fuck
right,
Sanitarium.
we got to do some updates for the everybody who's patiently awaiting. We had
Thank you for your patience.
we had an electrician rough inspection today. That was cool. We passed that. We did not pass our plumbing inspection.
I mean,
so-
it wouldn't be the first person to tell you that you didn't have good plumbing, though, right?
Do you
Maybe
need
the
your
first
pipes
dude?
cleaned?
I definitely do need my pipes cleaned. So there's that. But yeah, we didn't pass that. We only had 2 items for the actual overall construction, which is cool. And we have a tasting room, so that's cool. Tasting room's been provisionally approved by the
Outstanding.
state. But apparently, if you have a unisex bathroom that's ADA compliant, and you invite people to come into the building, then you have to have a urinal. So that's why we missed one of the spots.
Can't we just put like a trough outside with like ice
Yes.
cubes in it and just have people
Yes.
pee outside?
Dude, I would be
Yes.
all in on that, but because we're on a floodplain, it wouldn't work.
Well, I mean, we're just
Mhm.
adding to the natural flavors of the
Can't we
floodplain,
just
right?
Yeah, can't we just flood it with urea?
I mean, yeah, sure, whatever. I mean, look, man, if we could find a way to get the folks
mean,
of Montana
It's not like you
to
recycle plastic bags or anything out the fuck up there. It's like
Oh, fucking Father Earth over here. is
Here we
fucking
go.
Plastic
It's pretty
bags.
fucking early, man. It's
You
pretty
guys
fucking
don't even
early for a Ryan
recycle.
rant.
oh,
Uh,
not another one.
Yeah, accurate. Hey, do you guys want to buy some shit? Like all you viewers, like literally, we've got some really cool swag, and we'd love to have you guys repping it because we got a meetup coming up. Coming July 15th. The entire crew is going to be over in Bozeman doing the Silkies hike. So if you're a veteran, come out.
Oh,
There
If
are
you-
warriors.
Angeles.
Yep.
If you're not a veteran, still fucking come out and say hi. We'd love to see y'all. We'll be there for a pre-party on Friday, the after party on Saturday, all day on Saturday we'll hanging out, and then Sunday we're doing brunch. And I don't know who all is going where after on Sunday, but not my, we're disbanding for another month.
Thought we had Country Fest on Sunday night. We was doing some Country Fest.
Oh, the tickets sold out. Like,
oh, you got me
fucking
all
sold out.
excited, and now it's like not happening.
Yeah,
And, you
we,
know,
wait,
I'm
we
s-
waited too long.
I'm still disappointed that the last time I was up there, Aaron Lewis was in Billings, and I didn't even know.
I mean, I'm really
I'm
proud
so
of you
upset
because
with
you're
that.
doing baby steps in the right direction. It's good music. Aaron Lewis has got some good music.
It's 'cause I'm stained.
Dude, I have loved Aaron Lewis for longer than you've probably even known what rock and roll is. You and your Mr. You don't even
I
get
mean,
me
if he's
started.
listening to Modest Yahoo, he probably doesn't
Yeah.
know what rock and roll is
Yeah.
still.
He thinks Aaron Lewis only does country music.
I
You
don't
know
give a
who-
fuck what Aaron
you know
Lewis
what?
does at
You know what
all.
Aaron Lewis does? He smokes Marlboro Reds,
Yeah.
and he
Is it-
gets the
is
little
it-
cherry Christmas trees
Oh,
to
yeah.
hang from his mirror.
I'm a little upset with him right
It's
now
not
though, because
cherry, it's
he
strawberry.
canceled his show for Salt Lake.
It's not cherry, it's strawberry.
And you're a fucking monster. I don't even fucking like you right now. I'm having fucking flashbacks over here.
You know,
I
like
just remembered
Some
why
of
you
us have
said-
some fucking bullshit happening in our life, and we're just gonna fucking throw it away and throw it out there. You know what? Fuck you.
I just remembered why you don't like fucking Metallica.
Yeah, it's fucking shit music. From
Oh my God, God help us. He doesn't mean it. He knows not what he says, Father.
no, I fucking know
Oh my
exactly what I
God.
said. The fucking amazing memories associated with that are fucking on top. Actually, now my mouth actually tastes like a shit fucking strawberry Christmas tree.
Did you eat
Thanks.
them?
No,
They weren't. You weren't
No.
supposed to eat them.
Oh,
but
boy.
but like you have the smell memory, and then smell and taste are intertwined. You know.
They
So,
are.
yeah. I'm just
Wow.
gonna
Are
keep
they?
drinking. Yeah. Very,
Hmm.
very much.
So we're gonna
Uh,
be in Bozeman.
yeah, we're gonna be in Bozeman. It's gonna be a lot. Follow the IW too. Reverend
Yeah,
Warriors. If
should
you're a
check them
veteran.
out.
Yeah. Your boy Nick, man, he wants you tased. We have a fucking
I
bet.
know. You haven't got a taser. What was the bet? I forget what the uh we had to raise money or something, right? For me to get tased.
I can't remember.
How much does that cost? I'm in.
I think it was $1,000. It's
Oh,
1,000.
Oh, we gotta do better than that.
I
I
don't
got
know.
other. I would love to contribute to that, but my my like my slush fund's drying up a little bit. I got.
Do
I
you
got.
well, I mean, you're starting to dabble in all the things in the fire. You've got the paperweight Corvette, which is fine. I have a paperweight in my freezer as well. You've got now a new congratulations, by the way, on your new property up here. Super
Whoop
awesome.
whoop. Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Alex doesn't have new property because he can't get figure out a road situation, which is shitty. But
I
hey,
Yeah,
think
you
we're
know,
that's
still
wild.
I think we're shooting the J on Friday. I think it's over. I don't know, we'll see.
Ooh.
Hmm.
That was the call before this, so we'll see.
Okay.
Like a celebratory J or a J that says "fuck me, motherfucker, fuck."
Like
Are
a
you shooting it? Are
signing.
you shooting the J or smoking the J?
Oh, dude, I'm leaving the J up there. I'm shooting it.
Well,
So
Mm.
we'll see.
All right, Kobe. You know what happened to him?
Hey, man, he was up until he was down. You know what I'm saying?
He
you know
actually
the
didn't
thing
go
is,
down. I think he's still stuck on the wall out there.
It could be.
I'm sorry. That's not nice. Forgive me. Can we edit that out? That was mean.
no, fuck that bullshit.
No, I want
No
everybody
people
to
ever
see
know
the doc that
what the
we see.
real Doc that we know. Fuck that. You know what the funny thing is it works both ways. If you shoot Kobe and you nail it, you shoot in a trash can and you nail it, you're Kobe in the game. And if you shoot
Yeah.
the
Yeah, we
J and
gotta.
you miss it, you crash into the
Yeah,
side of the
we gotta.
fucking trash can, then you're still Kobe. It's just universal now.
There's really no way out of it.
There's no
Yeah.
way not to. There's no way not to win, huh?
Yeah.
There's
I
no
mean,
way that you can like throw like something into a trash bin and not say Kobe.
yeah. Even if you
Like
suck.
it's physically like I do it when I'm throwing bags. Like God, playing cornhole, Kobe.
That's what
Just
you're
a
going to
thing.
call it. Oh,
I don't even want to
throwing.
hear
Yeah,
Kobe and your cornhole in the same sentence ever again.
I think it's actually really good. It's probably
I think,
therapeutic for him.
yeah, you know,
Yeah,
gotta
but
get it out.
it's just a visual I can't get past now. I'm done.
He's in the masturbation
He's
station.
still
Yeah,
stuck. He's
I'm
right. He's
here.
like in a fucking loop.
He can't
We've
stand
now.
up.
He's like,
It's
fuck, man.
it's the pleats.
He's like it's the clam burger receptacle. Kobe. It's like Kobe beef, but it's a Kobe clam burger.
Ooh.
We just bounce it off the
We
sides
had
and call
some.
it good.
Sounds
We had
sounds fishy.
some seaweed and rice and roll it up.
Well, I mean, you
Mm.
are half Korean
Mm, just
from
the
the
good
waist
half.
down.
Yeah. Just the good
Oh fuck, guys, come out and see us at the meetup. For fuck's sake, man, we're on one. I think that we need to drink more, gentlemen. If you're not fucking putting them down, we need to be doing it. This has been a fucking week and a half of awesome. By the way, I'm really proud of us for doing back-to-back weeks in the middle of summer for the podcast, not going 2 weeks again, because we basically missed the most of the month of June. But we're gonna keep coming at you guys like this. It'll be pretty awesome. So, um, we
Fuck
talked
you.
about yeah, man. Fuck. Doesn't it feel like this year just flew by?
Yeah.
We're in fucking July.
We're at
And
the end of
yeah.
we're at the end of Men's Mental Health Month.
Yeah.
Like this is the last podcast before the end of the Mental Health Month.
Would you say that your mental health is better or worse now
Listening to
at the start of the month?
From
listening
the
to
beginning
us?
of June.
Oh, mine's
Oh, it's
mine's
much better.
fucked.
This
Good.
is yeah, this is zen for me right here.
Is this happy,
Yeah.
Ryan?
This is sitting around drinking, BSing. I mean, short of where's the campfire? I'm good. And my labbies. I can't really have my labbies here because they look out the window on anything that moves on the sidewalk. They go ape shit on. So,
I got Doug in here. He's just hanging out.
Doug.
Dude, whenever I hear the word Doug, I always think of the Nickelodeon fucking kid Doug, the show.
Says a lot about you.
I'm just
Yeah,
saying.
I don't even know what Nickelodeon is.
Shut the fuck up. Back in
Oh,
your
but-
day,
but
back in your day,
Metallica-
Nickelodeon was where you went and played fucking. You put the nickels in all the fucking vending machines. That's a
Was
Nickelodeon
No,
for you.
that was Nickel Cade, man.
No,
Oh,
no.
yeah.
That's the actual Nickelodeon came from that. That's where
Was
the
that-
Nickelodeon
That
came
was a
from.
channel
think
on MTV, right? After the
that's false
Metallica
info.
videos.
Shut up. Stop it. MTV hasn't played fucking music videos since like 1997.
That's untrue because I was watching MTV music videos the other day.
I had to stop.
Oh, were you watching
MTV.
flashbacks? Were you watching
Yeah, it was
TRL?
far MTV.
100%. No,
It was
not
on-
TRL. It was like
It was the
MTV.
nostalgia channel.
Yeah, it was like MTV5.
Yeah, because the
Like,
other four are in the
MTV
middle of doing
Yeah.
their fucking
it's
reality
all
TV
Jersey
shows.
Shore. Yeah,
M-
it's all Jersey Shore.
MTV, MTV, the Cinco.
Just fucking yeah. You Google the Nickelodeon, huh? The actual term. You look
Huh?
like look like you're googling that Nickelodeon term.
Doing the googly.
Yeah. So,
I wish I
we-
could multitask.
I
do
can't.
it.
No.
I can barely talk and drink at the same time.
So yeah, like the rough thing is like nickel theater, but I've heard a
As
whole
long
lot
as
of
it's-
other things and read a whole lot of other things on it too.
Yeah. So my
And-
problem would be I would do that search and it would come up with Nickelback, and then I'd go into a fucking frenzy of fucking.
You would be
Fear.
fucking
Dude.
jamming out. You know you
No.
would.
Dude,
I'm
I'll
not a
jam the
Nickelback
shit out.
fan.
See, you're just one of
I'll
those
take
haters.
I'll take 2 fucking dimes over a Nickelback anytime.
Dude, I bet you we could play some Nickelback on a road trip and have this
Oh, I
fucker
would know.
jamming out.
I'm not saying I wouldn't know the lyrics and some of their shit. If I stuck my pinky up my ass, I'd probably enjoy. But
I thought you always had your pinky there.
no, not
No.
always. That's I
No.
I don't. You
That's
know,
a
it's hard not
rectal
to
thermometer.
Yeah, it's hard not to travel without the butt plug, but
Oh fuck.
that makes Big Sky and the Gallatin Gateway bearable.
The big loops.
Got it.
Jesus Christ. So last
I
week, dude.
almost whacked him out because I was so stimulated by the butt plug the last time I was driving.
Yeah, you can't just turn it on for every time you hear a
Shit,
Metallica song. It
I'm not
just
even
vibrates.
Dude, I'm not even kidding. You know when I texted you and I'm like, dude, this drive-through Ennis is gorgeous, and you're like, yeah, watch out for elk. They're up there. And I'm like, they're fucking all over here. I'm not even joking. Like 200 yards fucking later, there's a monster in the opposite lane of travel, and I slow all the way down to a creepy crawl to go past him, and he stares at me like, what the fuck are you doing on my road? Get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah,
oof.
dude.
Thank God there was still daylight going on because he
Dude.
was not moving.
I saw like 10,000 elk, like literally like a herd of 10,000 elk through there. I was like, what the fuck? This is fucking ridiculous over here.
Yeah, gorgeous drive though.
Fucking awesome drive.
Yeah.
So we've got some follow up on the leadership conversation we had last week. Ryan, what are your top 3 leadership traits? Go.
Top 3 leadership traits. Followerhood. I can always bitch about the direction that we're going. And hey, my best leadership trait is stimulating the leadership traits of others. Like I will poke and prod and ask the questions that make you
Like
go.
anger.
Like, dude, this is me stimulating your leadership trait to turn you into Arsenio Hall, where you go, that's me. I ask those questions where you go,
I fucking
maybe."
hate both of your questions. Always. So you both know.
So
Fucking evenly.
So we know we're doing a good job.
Yeah. Yep. I still hate them though. So that's not the answer to the question.
No,
I mean, it's a
I think
plausible
number one,
answer.
so one of the plausible traits might be knowledge.
Oh.
You know, you don't get to be a silver fox without a little bit of knowledge to impart on others. Whether it's actual or bullshit, that's always debatable.
And you are definitely a master at that.
Yeah, the debate or
Yep.
a masturbator. Yeah.
That
A
too.
master at yes. The answer is yes, Ryan.
The answer's yes. Yes.
He's a great fisherman, ladies. If you want to take him out on a fishing adventure, he is a masturbator.
Yeah.
But I also know how to hook a good fish, and I don't even fish. Been a while. See,
Uh,
that's a Stain song, by the way. It's been a while. Just saying.
yeah. If you, it's been a while since I've wanted to like literally slow dance with my demons out loud. Anyway,
There's for
knowledge,
demons. Where do they go?
knowledge, knowledge is a good one. I like it. Silver fox knowledge.
One of I think a good leadership trait is the ability to follow.
It just turns it into a disaster.
Oh fuck. This is great.
Should have
Fuck
given him a
it.
script to read off of with all the fucking leadership traits that we freaking
Oh wait,
outlined.
let me look at
Oh.
my Sigma 6. No.
So being able to be a good follower.
No, I
I,
think I think
I,
I think sometimes being able to follow is a decent leadership trait in the sense that if you're mentoring others and they're taking your advice and they're doing something, and rather than just always being critical and guiding and taking over, I think sometimes it's nice to be able to, set aside and follow the path that you've shown someone to take and see what they do with it.
yeah, that makes sense. I like that. That's a solid take on it. What's your third one?
I only get A's and B's, bro. I've never had a C.
C's get degrees, baby.
Bro. Yeah. Somebody come get fucking the bougie one a Red Bull. His ass is over here falling asleep, fucking
That
listening to
wasn't a
us
Yeah.
talk.
yawn. That wasn't even a
Whatever.
yawn. It was not a yawn.
I was thinking it was me for a minute.
I mean, you do have that sexy like midnight radio talk show host voice. Like
So
I should lean
Ryan.
into the I'll lean
Yeah.
into the
Yeah.
microphone.
There
Drop
we
the
go.
drop an octave. It's close to midnight, folks. Welcome.
Yes.
Welcome to
Talk
the
dirty.
night.
Oh yeah.
Where's your clam burger now?
It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your clam burger is?
Yeah, absolutely in on that conversation with that voice. But before you get me too much pitching a tent, why don't you answer the fucking question and tell me your third one?
my third leadership quality. What was the first two? I can't,
Fuck, I don't know, man. You were rambling for 30 minutes. I don't know.
I don't even have a good answer.
You had knowledge, and then you had being a good follower. I mean, you have like
I think
things like
I, I
tact,
think
discipline, things like that.
I would say no, discipline maybe. Tact, I'm not
You
sure
don't
I
have
quite
tact.
have
No,
tact.
you don't.
I can be tactful, I just don't have loads of tact.
Eh,
It takes a specific
Eh,
situation. If I'm in the ER, I can have a little bit of tact. And if I'm in front of my mother, I can have a little bit of tact. Short of that, the subconscious is free. I'm a free range chicken outside of those two boundaries.
okay.
Tact is not one. I think, God, let's see, what would another one be?
Integrity,
I could do integrity. It depends
lo-
on who you ask.
loyalty.
Loyalty for sure.
I think that's probably what I'd say. You're
I'll
loyal.
I'll jump up. I'll jump off a cliff with you.
Sounds fucking awesome. Don't make the more Koresh jokes already. It's a fucking bit early in the night for that.
no,
No, no,
it's never too early for that.
that's my leadership followership trait where it's like, oh, I showed you a path, you jumped off the fucking cliff. I guess I'll do that too. I gotta go make sure. I guess it's the medic in me to make sure you don't fucking drown in the river. But here we go.
You just gotta make sure that you buy the new G Nikes and the tracksuit with the Viko
I heard,
Koresh symbol on it too.
I heard,
You know?
oh, those weren't the Nikes I was looking for. I was looking for the new Jonathan Davis
Yeah,
tag.
the new
I hear,
Cortez.
yeah, I hear he's got some stuff coming
Johnny
out.
Davis has some shit.
Dude,
I didn't even. I thought he died.
no, I was
What?
listening. I
Cause
was
like
listening to a tune.
he had the corn hit follow the leader, and then everything after that sounded like
No,
shit. So I
he's
stopped
got I
fucking
actually
listening.
heard Korn's
He's
got a
got a
new album
solo
coming out,
album.
but yeah, well, he had a solo album. I went and saw him at the Depot a few years back.
I
It
did
was
too. Yeah,
fabulous.
we
Oh,
were
we
there
were there.
together.
We actually have a picture of us flipping you off because you
Yeah,
didn't come. Yeah, that's
that's
right.
right.
Yeah, you
But
guys and
It was
Kurt.
pretty good.
Yeah, the three, you two and
yeah,
Kurt.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a great show. But he actually just did another single. Tanner and I were driving down south to go look at a truck for him, and he had this song on, and I'm blanking right now. I want to say it was Nothing More that he was covering with, that he was a guest vocal with.
Oh yeah,
And
nothing more. They're pretty. They're pretty.
and I
They're
was
pretty
like,
cool.
man, what is this tune? I'm like, because I even asked him, I'm like, this is this corn? Because this sounds a lot like Jonathan Davis, but I don't recognize the rhythm of this. This
Right.
isn't a rhythm. This isn't a corn rhythm, or even a Jonathan Davis kind of solo rhythm that I recognize. And he's like, I think it was nothing more. It might have been somebody else, but he's like, oh yeah, and featuring Jonathan Davis. I'm like, bam,
Son of a
No.
bitch.
I love some
Dad,
corn. I love
daddy,
Jonathan Davis' voice.
daddy knows corn.
Uh,
Gotta love me
did you
some
guys know
corn.
that Limp Bizkit's going back on tour?
Yeah, Fred Durst. Yeah. 2000s are back, baby.
We're fucking now in full rewind mode.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
I think that actually segues back to Stained a little bit right there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
little bit.
the Family Values tour '98.
Yeah,
It's
such a
Fred,
fucking
Fred.
great tour.
Oh yeah, Fred Durst was, from my recollection, Fred Durst made that possible for Stained. So
Yeah, so it was Stained, Rammstein, Korn, Limp Bizkit. Weird fucking Ice Cube in that mix. I had no idea why Ice Cube was part of that.
I
And it fucking
remember.
makes no sense.
could be
I remember the
could be
Warp
could be
Tour.
because he's cool. They needed something cool because he's ice cool. I don't know.
No, man. Like,
Oh no, that's Cool in the Gang. Never mind. Forget it.
yeah,
Forget it.
Warped
I'm
Tour
having.
had a lot of great concerts. I
Yeah, they
love
had
Warped
like
Tour.
Blink-182, Stain. They had everybody that year.
Disturbed, The Used. Man, I haven't heard The Used for
The
a minute.
Used. Oh, you know who I
Solid.
listened to the other day that I loved? 30 Seconds to Mars. That shit kicks ass.
You are a fucking 55-year-old emo kid.
Yeah, well,
Do you need
at least my 90s rock theme is actually 90s rock.
Look, man, there was Aerosmith on there too. Okay, listen, I don't know what to fucking tell you. AC/DC was on there. I don't know what to fucking tell you. I just deleted all the Metallica because that shit's garbage. And we're harping on the thing here, but yeah, fuck Metallica. Seriously,
We're humping on the thing here. I don't
fuck
even think it's
Metallica.
gonna be a Ryan's rants. It's gonna
You
be a
know,
JT's rants.
Metallica has 72 seasons out right now, right?
Oh, so they're like the
Yeah.
Land Before Time of music.
Yeah,
Got it.
pretty much. You should take
Just-
a listen. It's actually decent.
Nope.
It's better than it's. Never mind. I was gonna say it's better than the last album they put out that was like no bueno.
Okay. Yeah. Or all of them. It's fine. We'll find something.
Yeah.
We can find. We'll find something. We're
Couple
good.
good songs.
All right, we got to move
We-
on so we're not
we-
blasphemizing the rock genre anymore. Next thing you know, you're gonna like downgrade fucking Ozzy and Black Sabbath or some shit, and we gotta
No,
move
man.
on.
Actually, I enjoy Ozzy and Black Sabbath. So fuck off. I just don't like shit music.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off!
You need a bird that talks.
No,
Oh,
we don't need that. It would say stupid shit like I say, but then it would repeat what I say, and you don't
Oh
need
my
that
God.
shit.
can
Fuck,
you
guys would
imagine
be-
if he had a fucking parrot? Oh my God.
It'd be
Actually,
magic.
I would pay to buy. I'll buy the
We
parrot.
should buy him one for his birthday.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a fucking thing that's happening.
That's a gift. He can't.
Speaking of
Can't not
animals that
accept
you've
it.
gotten into recently, how's the colt, man?
Oh yeah. It's good now.
Sucking on the
So
nipple, is he?
yeah. So born
Good boy.
a week ago, and he didn't latch on at first, so I didn't know there's this thing called dummy fool syndrome. I learned all about this, by the way, from the missus. So there's
Yeah.
that. Soon to be
Education's
missus.
pricey,
Yeah.
right?
Are you sure she wasn't just calling you a name?
Yeah.
He
'Cause
says
it was the-
he said dummy foal, not
Yeah.
dummy
Oh.
fool.
I thought he said
He-
dummy fool.
He
No,
is a dummy
foal,
fool.
yeah.
But there's
No.
the horse was a dummy foal.
It had
Ah,
dummy
see, that would
foal
make sense.
syndrome. So whenever they say the word syndrome,
'Cause- not
they
'cause it's
lump
his
a
owner
whole
either.
bunch. They lump a whole bunch of dumb shit into this thing. It could be anything, right? So, horses have to actually receive milk from their mom within the first 3 hours. Basically, what it does is it provides appropriate nutrients to the brain, carbohydrates, and a whole bunch of other shit that allows the horse to grow. And it also immediately provides antibodies to the horse, so that way they don't get sick. Well, it didn't
See?
latch on, right? and we Mona ended up taking the horse over to the vet in a midnight emergency, like 4 o'clock in the morning thing, because there was so much shit happening. So they had to do a blood transfusion, and they had to do all this other shit, and then the vet, of course, do what vets do. By the way, if you're a vet, you're a fucking dick. They give you like the worst scenario ever. Like, oh, my dog fucking has a fucking tick in their neck. Okay. Well, they're probably gonna get Lyme disease and die. What does probably mean? Well, 20%.
That's not probably. That's
They're not a
possible.
fucking no. I
Not
mean,
even
that's
likely.
plausible. It's plausible.
Plausible. I love how you
I
use
thought
my
they
P
had
word.
I thought they had a cure for dog Lyme disease.
Oh, they do. I'm just using it as an example.
Oh,
But like,
he's got it.
yeah,
He's got the hyperbole out and the drama. You don't
what's the
say.
drama. So anyway,
The
So is this
Viking and the drama.
so
Wow,
is
that
this
should
gonna
be
be a
like, I think that should be
yeah,
like
this is.
our
I'm
opera.
almost done. I just keep getting cut off. It's fine. I just
eh,
keep getting. So basically, uh,
Oh, here we go. Crybaby fuck. You know what? There's Ryan's rants, and then there's Crybaby fuck.
Jesus Christ.
it's gonna squirt some.
Uh, so basically, everything got all done. Horse latched on. Now it's doing great.
Awesome.
Cute little shit. Kind
Awesome.
of
Yeah, he's super cute.
really cute shit.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Hmm.
How's your puppy coming along? Your little guy. How's Doug?
No,
Doug.
that's Gus.
Gus. Who's Doug?
Doug is his alias. So he doesn't know that I'm
adopted
talking
name.
about him when I'm talking about him.
Oh. Okay.
It's like he popped his head up because I said his name. But if you refer to him as Doug, he doesn't know that he's alive.
I had to
Brilliant.
I had to do that with my black lab. His name was Hades, but I always called him Monroe because it was a jumbled up term for moron. So
Yeah.
I'd call him Monroe, and he didn't know I was talking about him. But if I said Hades or anything that had a huh in it, he was like, me, and then he
Yeah.
would bug the shit out of me for hours. But if I called him Monroe, he knew either one of two things. I wasn't talking about him, or if we were out someplace and I'm like, Monroe, he's like, oh shit, that's my middle name. I gotta get
Damn.
home.
Damn.
Yeah.
The lights came on and I'm not in the home yet.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
Well,
no,
how's
we named the
Gus?
other one Gus or Gator. So he doesn't know that we're talking about him because he's a very needy dog too. But yeah,
Because
he's good.
Gator's bitches better be wearing Jimmy's.
They better be using Jimmy's and Gator never been about that shit. Never been about that shit. So he's he's good. He's like fucking tall and lanky. He's going through that like weird puppy teenager stage where he's got like a
Nice.
big dumb nose and like long ass legs and doesn't know how to do any of it. So
That's fucking awesome. That's fucking way awesome. Ryan, when are you getting your fucking next dog? You got 40 acres now.
man.
well, he's
Right.
got
I know,
50
right?
dogs.
Dude, I can have my dog sanctuary soon. Yeah. Yeah. I almost had well, I shouldn't say I almost had Natasha talked into another one. I almost had another one join the fold, but I couldn't do it.
I don't
I'm
know
like,
if you open up a dog sanctuary, I don't think that you're going to be able to afford the amount of coffee that it's going to take to give all the dogs coffee
Yeah.
I know.
or
I'm
or
gonna
you
have to
Agreed.
pay
yeah,
sugar
I'm
milk.
gonna have to call up the Black Rifle dudes and be like, hey, we got to get on a different program here.
You got some leftover stale coffee I can feed my dogs, my bougie ass dogs that drink coffee and
How
bitch when they don't fucking
right?
get it in the morning and
How
act
is
like all sad.
They get pissed off when you give them
how's my
Folgers.
Bobo? I need my
Mm,
how's my Bobo? He missed me.
no, Brittany's here.
Oh, that motherfucker replaced me,
Hmm.
dude. When Natasha and I were up there, he jumped up on the bed and he's like, I don't know where you're sleeping, bitch. Not here.
Yeah.
she, she looked at him and she's like, get down before I kill you.
I will murder you dead. Murder, death,
Yeah,
kill.
yeah. He was butthurt by that.
Fucking
I was
awesome.
Poor
So
Bobo.
we got on the dog thing. I actually one of our good friends had actually put his pup down.
Oh, that's
Mr.
not bueno.
Mr. John Wall.
Oh yeah. Yep.
He just barely did that yesterday. So I called
Huge
him.
bummer.
Super fucking sucks. I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
just ran across a photo that I posted the other day that had a lady sitting with her dog Spirit, had little angel wings on it, and then there's like a rainbow over the bridge in the background kind of
Yeah,
thing. And
I reposted it. Yeah.
did you? Yeah, she's like, we still talk about you, and the dog's like, I know. So I was like, oh,
fucking
Thea. Yeah, they're
fuck.
that's the thing with the dogs. It's like they literally are man's best friend, man. They truly are.
Yeah,
They're
they'll
like
like mentally handicap you.
yeah,
Yeah,
forever.
yeah,
Forever.
forever. Yep.
And those dogs are I think the thing that I learned the most from Monty and probably all the other my other four-legged friends that are upstairs right now is that they're like the most resilient creatures ever.
Oh
Like
yeah.
you can literally just freaking be pissed off and swat an ass and everything else, and you walk away, you come back 5 minutes later, and they're just fucking shaking their tail, happy to see you. Like, oh God, you were gone forever. Do you want to play? I know I ate the house. I
Yeah,
ripped apart the couch.
yeah,
I'm gonna play on the couch. You want to play on the couch? It's
yeah.
like, fuck, man.
No,
Yeah.
you should see every morning I come home from a shift in the ER. They're like Aurora's all dejected the whole night and on edge and being all protective, and then the minute I come home, I literally have 4 dogs raping me when I come in the door. Like I literally cannot come up the stairs because Bus is jumping on my shoulders to give me a hug. Like, where you been? Where you been all night, dude? What is going on? I'm so happy to see you.
Thought you left forever.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
But Freya, whenever I leave, she just like sits and she won't do anything. If I leave, Freya will literally just sit in her corner and not do anything. Um, if and Bo won't eat anything at all while I'm gone, and
Yeah.
I'm like, what? And I come home and this like all of a sudden Bo eats like four
Just
bowls of
devours. Yeah.
fucking just everything. I'm like, bro, don't hold out for me, man. You ain't Ally McBeal. We ain't got this shit.
I loved Ally McBeal. What's wrong with Ally McBeal?
Well, I mean, she had an eating disorder. It was very
Oh,
apparent by the way
I
she was a
didn't.
skeleton.
You guys are Bud Light as fuck right now. Like, how did it turn that way?
Dude, don't even get me started on
We were
90210 and the fucking Party of Five. Fuck.
first
Oh my
off,
gosh.
there was some smoke. There's some smoke shows in those.
Oh yeah.
Absolute smoke shows.
Heather Locklear.
Fuck.
The first time I ever
man.
like the first time I was ever like strolling past the TV and my ex was watching that and I saw Heather Locklear on the screen. I'm like, what's this? Yeah.
Was it Jennifer Love Hewitt in Party of Five?
Yeah.
That's right, she was, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, she was a smoke show too.
Yeah.
Super smoke show.
Huh.
Alex is like, I'm not gonna
Alex is-
divulge. I'm not gonna
Alex is
divulge
like-
that I have a poster of both of those two on the ceiling in my room. Not gonna say it. I'm not saying it.
No, dude, I just that I still can't get into shows like that. I don't know.
You don't have to get in
man.
the show. You don't have to get in
Come
the show.
on, Char-
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
listen to like some stupid ass show the whole time.
Just watch
to
it on
see,
mute.
like,
No,
one
just
chick
watch
for
it.
like 2 seconds.
Oh my god! You know what the best?
Just watch it on mute.
Okay, so back to Metallica. The best thing on mute ever
Metallica.
is Metallica. Listening to Metallica while you mute Britney Spears riding 2 tigers. Fuck, that shit was the bomb.
What? What?
I
the
just want whatever the fuck you were
fuck
on.
just happened?
Back in the MTV days, when they used to
Oh,
do
like
actual
in the
music
fucking-
videos.
Yeah.
And
I know
yeah,
what
you
you're
could have Metallica on the boombox. Yes, I'm that old. And then you fucking mute the TV when Britney Spears is riding 2 tigers on MTV and you're listening to
Yeah.
Metallica. That's like,
That was
I'm
very
s-
specific.
Yeah, that was. I want to know how fucking blitzed you were, blazed you were that day.
oh, that was totally sober saying, bro. That's how cool I am.
You're a troubled man.
Fuck,
You're
man.
a troubled.
It probably
man.
explains a lot now, right? Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
You know what?
I just now
I
have
always
we
get
have a new
I always
term,
get a
a
kick
new
out of
term
myself
now.
when I can make people speechless. I'm like, fuck yeah, I did it again.
Oh man.
Oops.
All right. Well, gentlemen, we actually do need to touch on men's
Fucking
mental health.
Ryan's mental health. I'm worried
Fuck.
about him.
I
We
am
di- but
too.
we digress. Yeah.
We
He's gonna
do.
fucking go listen to Metallica and mute Britney Spears.
Have you ever
Watch
been
me
that
ride
cool?
two tigers.
Have you ever been that fucking cool?
Never. I don't think I'll ever be that cool.
Oh
Yeah,
fuck.
but at least you have a half creamsicle orange Corvette.
I do. And it's running
Oh,
like
mine's
just
not.
a motherfucker. It's beautiful.
Mine
Well,
might hit the market.
I'll
it
have to
should.
I'll just bring mine over so yours knows what to do
There you
and
go.
it'll remember what to do.
That'd be nice.
I haven't got a call
Without
from
me
you
having to
saying
do anything.
I haven't got a call from you saying that you ordered like any
No,
parts
I haven't had
or
the.
like
I
a
just I
Oh,
haven't
lift
had
or
what are
the
you gonna
anything.
time.
what are you gonna do? You're just gonna have Robert show up so you can hold the flashlight for Dad?
Oh no, dude. Rob is just skinnier and volunteered to get underneath the car. So I mean, we were definitely not
Yeah.
within OSHA regulations. And we had most of the transmission being held up by like 2x4s and shit, and then Rob
Nice.
underneath, like trying to
Oh boy.
position it with his hands and knees.
Yeah.
He's too skinny for that. That'll crush his chest. You should have been under there. You got the man pecs for that shit.
Well, he's a full
It,
figured gal.
it
He's a
was
full
so
figured gal.
it was so great. And then we bought the right fucking part, and it was in 15 minutes later.
After the third time. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Isn't
was
that
like
That's
so.
my luck too. Yeah.
well? I mean, all of that stuff speaks to the resilience of what we all do, right? I mean, if you guys haven't figured it out, our topic for men's mental health is resilient leadership and what it takes to be a good leader and what it takes to be a resilient leader. When I think all of us here have been leaders throughout our life, whether it's in the ER or at the VA or as a project manager or whatever it is, or just in the military in general.
The,
You're always
or
putting
the
these like,
or the dad to your boys.
yeah,
Kids.
absolutely, or the dad to your daughters, right?
Yep.
Whatever it is, you have to be a leader. And half the time when you're fucking leading people when you're younger and you don't have the silver hair in on your head and you don't have the knowledge and the wisdom, you really just fail a lot. You just fuck up constantly. You know? Like nobody gives you a fucking instruction manual. And if you did, I still wouldn't fucking read it because it's who I am. You know?
Yeah. So, when you ask about leadership, and I've always hated the brag sheets in the military, and I've always, I've always stumbled when somebody's like, "What's your best quality of this or this?" And I'm like, nah, it's not quite my persona. But I had somebody ask me the other night working, they're like, why don't you mentor any of the student nurses? I'm like, it's just not my cup of tea. And they're like, but you would be so good at it. You're so even keel and smooth, and you would be so good at mentoring people and teaching people to do things. I'm like, I don't mind teaching people to do things, just not like in a role setting, right? I'm fine.
Little do
I'm
they know
fine.
you hang out in your basement blasting Metallica,
Okay.
muting Britney
Watching
Spears
Britney
videos,
Spears with a butt plug. Yeah. Oh my God help us all.
cheetle on your fingers.
Just straddle on the
Oh,
bass, crit the fucking bass cranked up full
oh
blast.
man,
It's
that's a
like, hey,
good
I'm riding a tiger.
dude. That's
Fuck.
a good idea, man. You guys think good. Way to tick.
Jesus Christ. Oh, well, so I think I think the big thing for me is as I've gotten older and like with the kids growing up, there's a part where like you do this weird flip, right? So like you have this stern mentality with your kids. And at some point, and at least for me, at some point, like you realize like your kids are going to be your kids and they're going to live their lives and you're going to just give them the best keys to the life that you can, right? You give them the guidance. You say, here's the keys. I hope that you make it. Really, in essence, right? And and I think a lot of that when you get to a certain point, you just realize you have to let go because you've done everything. And that's a resilient part because that feels like pure and utter chaos. Like my kids are going into the wild, they're driving a car now, like they have to deal with the fucking world, they have to fucking deal with everything else and you still have to maintain your leadership of your family and guiding them, but change from a do what the fuck I tell you to do to a mentor role. whether or not they listen to you. And for me, that's been a fucking trip. It's been really fucking weird. I mean, Alex, you're not there yet because your
You know, one
kids
of the
aren't driving cars yet.
yeah. He says, I don't know. I've seen that little car in the back that's sitting there
Uh,
underneath the basketball standard. Yeah,
I was
they're
gonna say,
they're
I've
getting
seen him
there.
doing some wild shit.
The next thing you know, they're going to be in a little 570 Ace ripping around the campground. No, you know,
Yeah.
one of the greatest affirmations for me is every now and again the boys will come home and they'll be like, somebody said to me the other day, man, your parents raised you right, or your dad raised you right, and one of those comments was related to the music, rock and roll music that Jordan listens to.
Amen. Preach.
And they're like,
Preach.
"Oh yeah, your dad raised you right." But then Tanner came home actually the other day, and he said he'd gotten a nice kudo letter to his supervisor, who's the director of parks for one of the local municipalities up here, and that the mayor had made a comment to his boss about what a nice young man he is and a good young man, and how he calls her ma'am and Madam Mayor, and she said, so that boy's been raised right. And so
It's really weird when you start getting stuff like that. Allie's now an assistant manager, and her boss like met up with me on accident. And he's like, your daughter's amazing at what she's doing here. She's a 20-year-old assistant manager when the other assistant managers are all 50 and you know 48 and shit like that, right?
what's wrong
And
with that age?
I'm not there yet. I don't know. Is there something wrong with it?
Calm down, Kanye. Keep going. I'm
I
sorry, I got cut you off again.
It's at the tasty freeze. That's what's wrong with it.
Hey,
A
Tasty
50-year-old
Freeze.
assistant manager at the Tasty
Tasty
Freeze.
Freeze needs some 48-year-old leadership every now and then.
Go
In there
down and
again
get you
too.
a wham
That
burger.
Their motherfucking silver foxes is everywhere, even in Tasty Freeze. Fuck you.
Fucking
Jesus.
French fries.
Fuck
You
you,
old
fucking
fuck.
fuck.
Oh, you want to
I'm
call it the
sorry.
ambulance?
keep All right, keep going. Allie, leadership,
Oh yeah.
assistant manager,
Tasty
Well,
Freeze.
so
pervo fucking old man hanging out in fucking
nah,
leadership
not
roles and
not really. Actually, he was really cool about it. He just said she really proved herself. Um, and like she treats her with respect. She's the number one salesperson at the place where she works and stuff, and
yeah.
she's kicking ass. And she not only does she go above and beyond, but she like takes people under her wing and teaches them things. Like she works with the older crowd and make sure they find their shit. I
Yeah.
mean, so it's really cool to hear that from
It yeah.
somebody else.
Yeah, it
Teaching them
really
how to
is.
make that shaved ice.
Yeah. I think it boils back down to, like you're saying, whether you believe you have leadership traits or that you don't. Like I often, tell myself, I'm not like I don't go out of my way to be kind of the leader type, right? It's more subtle and behind the scenes, I guess, is my feeling. And so
Consigliere.
yeah, when I yeah,
That was a really hard
I
word for you,
I
wasn't it?
know, yeah, I know how to put
He concentrated so hard.
I know how to put a horse's head in somebody's mattress.
So hopefully it's not their own horse.
That would be cruel.
Thank God Mona doesn't listen to the podcast because she'd fucking bury you.
But
You
no,
you would no longer have Ryan's roost up here.
oh shit, that'd be no bueno. Eh, even though the property is a click away, I still need Ryan's roost. Don't fucking turn that thing away. But especially in your situation, where that discipline and that persona comes from, right? It's not from the other half. It's from you. So yeah, it's an awesome testament to what's gone on. And even though you may not have had all of the time in the world that you feel is appropriate to be able to mentor and mold and mesh and whatnot, you can still see some of the fruits of your labors with regards to the time that you have spent together, right?
Yeah.
Would you say that some are born with it and then other people have
Leadership
to learn?
skills,
Mm-hmm.
100%. Although I do think it's I think it's a mimicked and learned trait too. I think
Yeah.
that I think that a lot of people, I think there are people that have born in them qualities to be outgoing and strive for different and better, and they're gung ho, and those typical peoples make great leaders. Um, I think there are also great leaders that are uh, that have learned those traits and behaviors and have been mentored by people and can exhibit those lessons going forward. I don't, but I think some of those, I think I'm one of those kinds of people where I'm not super outgoing and I don't jump into everything. I mean, I'll jump into things, but I don't, like, I'm not the first person to say, oh, yeah, follow me. I'll lead you that way. You know what I mean? But
Typically, when the people say that, they're second lieutenants, and you just get fucking lost anyway, so it doesn't matter.
so
Yeah, I
you're
was
saying
gonna
you're going to
say.
put a bullet in my head in a couple weeks in the fucking forest somewhere.
You're not a. You're, I'm not gonna fucking ask anybody to follow me ever. I don't think a leader actually ever has to
Oh,
ask that.
okay.
Oh,
Says the
okay,
says the
Viko
guy that's
Paresh.
holding. No, this is the guy that's like he's like this big around in the waist, and he's got a handle from his head down to his shoulders, and he begins every sentence with "Oh yeah," and fucking drink my Kool-Aid,
Fucking
motherfucker.
Kool-Aid. Yes, a massa.
I
Yes, a
didn't. I
massa.
I'm
well
gonna
the
follow JT. Yes, sir.
fuck off, both of you guys.
But
I
he is
fucking
like
love y'all.
sometimes he
Fuck
is like
off.
the second lieutenant sometimes though, where you got to be like, excuse me, sir, are you sure you don't want to go this way? Like,
Sure, that's the
shouldn't
direction.
maybe if we turn it, let's grab him by the pack and be like,
Well,
I think what you meant to
hold on.
say was here. Yeah.
Hold on, but there's a piece to that. It's actually really good that you guys brought that up. I think this is actually very valid for all three of us, right? So not one of us actually said, "Hey, follow me." Not at all.
Sure. Right.
For any of it, we don't
No,
really.
we tell people to follow us all the time on like Instagram and like YouTube.
That doesn't. Yeah, but they don't fucking
Like,
listen.
follow-
It doesn't even matter. Like that's an example of if somebody
All right.
tells you follow me,
Is that what-
they don't
yeah.
fucking follow you.
It's
So
because like the people that listen to us are a bunch of hard-headed fucks too. They're like, no,
yeah.
I'll just
No,
I'll
so
just find it.
Like,
I'll just
no,
find
they
it next
said
time I
fucking
listen to
do
it.
this. I'm not fucking doing it. It's fine.
Yeah.
This is an example of my leadership traits, right? It's like I'll take my dogs to be the wholehearted example. It's like I've given them, they're free range chickens for the most part. You put them on a leash and they don't know what the fuck that is. They actually think it's to go faster. Like, oh, does this mean I go faster now? And so, they have their latitude and the range to do their thing, and then I'll call them in this way or that way. And then if they don't listen, they only know I'm serious if there's a fuck involved, right? So as soon it's just like the military, and it was just like the kids when they're
Oh
toddlers.
shit,
It's
cat's
like,
back.
yeah, fuck, what the fuck? Get fucking back here, whatever. As soon as there's a fuck involved in the sentence, oh, now he's
Oh shit,
serious.
he's
Oh,
serious.
okay,
Oh,
yeah.
We're not
okay.
gonna get our coffee in the
I'm not
morning if we
getting
don't get
fucking
back.
coffee. There's no Chips Ahoy tonight and vanilla bean ice cream.
Oh, you know what we ran out of already is fucking whipped cream. Their puppuccinos
You
are,
know what?
yeah.
I'm good.
I was
I
gonna
don't want to
say,
know
did
any more
that go
past
along
it.
with the peanut butter too?
Oh, did we? Oh, yeah, but that's for late night. No, we were we were at the
It's
drive-through
about
today
to be after 10.
getting corn dogs, and they are looking at the lady like, she's like, "Oh, are you gonna share with them?" I'm like, "No, I'm not sharing my corn dog. They actually think you're gonna get them a puppuccino." Uh,
Well, but it's interesting. I mean, Alex, from your perspective, right? When people, as a leader, like I know that you failed. We all failed. Like nobody's a perfect leader, and I think when I talk to you guys on a general basis overall, right? Whether it's in just one-on-one conversations as not talking about business shit, or if it's we're talking in business shit in front of everybody, we all have very, very distinct leadership styles. We all fail a lot, right? What would you say from your perspective, Alex, is the thing that makes or defines resiliency as a leader?
I think I'm by definition a disaster relief leader because generally I don't give a fuck. But then there gets to be like a certain amount of bullshit where finally I'm just like, all right, you're fucking doing it wrong. Let's all head in this direction, right?
Mhm.
Or I'll, take the lieutenant and just turn him, towards the sunset and tell him that's west. And then let's all fucking go in that direction.
The Rainbow Bridge is this way,
Yeah.
sir.
So I'm very much, I think I'm super hands off until somebody starts fucking up.
Yeah.
And then if you show that you can't handle yourself or you're fucking up, then like I said, I'm the disaster relief guy. Or if I get, fed up and pissed off enough, then I'll just do it. I'll take charge, take the lead. But I'm very much okay just hanging out, helping people, behind the doors quietly, kind of like what Ryan was saying. But I do hit that frustration point at some,
Yeah.
it
That was a
points.
that was a big thing for me that yeah, it still is really, but is that even keel enough that like you're saying, you let it go, let it go, let it go. Like I would guide and guide, and kids may or may not pay attention, or you'd have an expectation or something, and then all of a sudden, they're getting knife handed and fucking screamed at, right? Because it was 40 instances of let it go, they'll get it, I'll guide, I'll make a subtle hint, I'll guide, and still not get it, and then bam, it was just like, whoop, there's the switch.
Well, and
And
it's like,
so I've had to learn over the, I'm still not there. I'm definitely better than I was when I was in my, early 20s, raising two boys and going to school and three jobs and super frustrated. And the meter got pegged super quick, but I still hit those moments where you think, yeah, let this go, let this go, let this go, and then bam, like and it doesn't even have to be an instance of whatever it was I was letting go. It's just something else was like, boom, okay, there it is. That's the camel's straw. That yeah,
yeah, see, and I'm like, with the kids is kind of one thing. Like, if you don't want to learn it, don't learn it, just go away. But I hate adult babysitting. And working for the government, we are adult babysitters. And, I got into the leadership role uh, at like 22, 23. And then everybody else was in their mid to late 30s, or, some were older. And then having to like common sense people and guide them along. I'm like, come on, guys. Like,
when they don't issue it out anymore.
yeah,
They don't. Yeah.
I mean, I think it was Chesty Puller or somebody important. Maybe maybe
it's
Nimitz.
probably George Washington
Fuck
It
it,
was
it doesn't
Bert.
matter. He said,
Thomas
Birthday it
Jefferson.
was. Yeah.
yeah, he said, common sense isn't a common virtue,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
It's probably Admiral Nimitz. It's fine, something.
Wasn't it?
yeah.
It was probably somebody like. Wasn't it Barack Obama?
This fish ain't jumping in your boat tonight.
Oh, that fish is gonna eat. That fish is gonna eat at some point.
My clam digging. Here we go. And here we go.
So with your boys, you don't really worry. You just kind of figure it out. But like I think I'm with you on that. I don't as a leader. I think that the biggest the biggest thing that I've always strived to figure out, and I still haven't figured this out yet, but like these ultimate leaders, like Patton and Chesty Puller or George Washington, people followed them and they did what he wanted them to do because they chose to do it. They believed in it, not because they had to, right? And I
They were
think
Right.
people that
Yeah.
were they're people that got pushed into it, right? That were forced
But
into it.
yeah,
yeah, but by the same token, you have individuals that lead by example versus individuals that lead by saying, do what I say, not what I do, or just do what I say. Those are individuals that, they did the dirty. They were in the mud. They were in the sticks. They did,
yeah,
you know,
yep,
Yeah,
it's
like the
it's a lot easier to follow a Mustanger, right, than it is to follow somebody out of OCS.
hmm
It's the same in like the ER. It's easy to have someone that's a supervisor slash boss that's been in the trenches and been a nurse and been the ER nurse that you've worked with for 20 years, and be happy to work for them because they did nursing. did the muck, and they still do the muck, and they, when the departments go into hell, then she jumps in and she's doing nursing. She's not just one of those supervisors that says, "Oh, well, gosh, you guys are busy. Wow, God, you're getting your ass kicked. That's horrible. I feel for you." No, she works all day long, and then she's actually there in the ER doing nursing skills stuffs and taking care of patients and doing mock. Those are the leaders that are easy to follow, right?
Well, I'd
So,
imagine that like those those nurses that have been doing it like 10, 15 years probably end up knowing more than the docs that are freshly coming in.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I would imagine that it's kind of like an NCO leading the lieutenant every once in a while,
Right.
because
oh yeah,
the
100%.
doc might know it here, but it might not connect down here, or be
Yeah, I
connecting
mean,
Or
behind the ears.
or
especially
here.
being at the, like at the VA and having friends that are critical care nurses that were up at the VA, and you got a lot of interns and stuff, right? You got a lot of nurses up there that are actually quote unquote questioning orders and saying, and they're like, yeah, no, you're gonna do damage with that, and so they're like, hello, and you have nurses saving lives because the quote unquote doctors aren't as knowledgeable with some critical care aspects. So yeah, you've
Yeah,
got
it makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I think that comes across the board, right? You have that breakdown
but that but that's
in.
right there where is a true leadership quality in of itself, where maybe you're not in a leadership role per se, but you can question authority in the sense that uh, helps your situation out. And
Yeah.
for me, that's a leadership quality where you can be behind the scenes, but then it's like the whole dogma of see something, say something, right? Where rather than blindly following an order, somebody's like,
Did we
are
just
you
have a
sure?
did we just have a sharp brief? I'm pretty sure that was just a sharp brief.
Oh, hey,
Did we
I
just
think
have
it's
sharps?
I
Did sharps
I think
happen?
it's because I have like 53 fucking courses I have to take for all of my stupidity by the end of fucking tomorrow with regards to like training stuffs this way, that way. Between the VA and the ER trainings, I've got like 120 courses that I have to take in a year, and I'm super
What?
pissy about it
Are
right
those
now.
like continuing education units or are
Yeah,
they
yeah,
the
yeah.
CEUs, huh?
No, they're not even that. It's like this is my hospital chain, or like the V. Oh, I fear, like the No Fear Act. What's the No Fear Act, or what's
It's
the
a
Whistleblower
cool.
Act,
It,
or
it, it
what?
was
I promise I won't take any veteran information and sell it to the fucking Russians. I swear to Jesus. Type here. I
Right.
affirm. Yes, I care. Oh my
so
God, stop. Can
I
I
mean,
just do
that's
my
really what
job?
the Russians are after, right?
they want fucking disgruntled veterans to come enlist. That's really what
Yeah.
they want.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm in a mode.
Oh yeah, couldn't tell.
Aren't, aren't I always in a mode?
Man, I don't know. I haven't seen a rant on Facebook lately. I feel like
No, I've been trying to be better about not just being all pissy all the time about something, and not that there's not a lot of things to necessarily be pissy about, but
I, you
I don't
should.
want to always be like a negative Nelly kind of guy. But
What are your thoughts
man,
on contractors?
oh, don't even. Here's a good example. You know Trent, right?
Hmm.
You know how long it took me to get Trent to come over to my house to run a gas line for me? I
No.
like 5 years. 5 years of like asking, dude, I need a gas line for my barbecue outside. I need a gas line. Come run a gas line for me. Well, unbeknownst to me, he's like, he comes over and he's running the gas line, and I haven't made it home from wherever I am yet. And he's BSing with Natasha and whatnot. And she's like, yeah, we're happy to have this in. And he's like, well, I gotta be honest. He's like, I'm always afraid to come. He's like, I'm always afraid to come over and do work for Ryan because I know how he feels about contractors, and because I'm always ranting about the fact I'm like, God, I fucking, you know what? Do a good job. Just do a good job. Do this, and I'm ranting about this, and God forbid, God knows I've ranted about the fucking fuck over up there doing bullshit on the meadery, and oh my God, don't even get me started on him. But in that same tone, as like I told Trent, I'm like, dude, I don't have a problem with you. Like you do what you say you're gonna do. Yeah, it took a little while, maybe quite some time, but I don't. If you do a good job and you're a contractor that doesn't cut corners and you don't do this, but
you know, in all of the work that I've done on the 3 different houses that I've had, all of the builders and contractors have cut so many corners and done so much stupid shit. I'm like, if I were to have done that and the building inspector comes in and looks at my basement and says, "Oh, yeah, no, you can't do that. What the fuck did you do that for?" I'm like, because I followed the example of the fuckhole that you passed the last time you were here. No, you know what I mean?
Well, you know, it's funny that you say that. I had a dream, not Martin Luther King like, but I was
What was I
literally
gonna
fucking,
say?
not MLK style. I was just dreaming.
Not to
I
be
was,
very stoic.
At I was sitting at this bar, and our contractor's voice was coming out of this female's mouth that was talking to me, and it just kept asking me fucking questions about contractor shit, and I was like, I'm not the general contractor, bro. How about you give me options and tell me to choose which one you think that I should do, and make sure they all comply with said code.
right.
And if you don't know the code, either one, get a fucking code book, or two, fuck off.
Yeah.
The code
I
book.
can't even, you know me. That's why it was better you were up there today and not me, because I would have literally probably gotten us banned from Montana or some shit. I would have gotten us kicked out.
There's
Like I do.
100% reason why
Yeah.
Alex and I are the ones who mostly focus on speaking to people when it comes to that shit. Because
Yeah.
there's
'Cause
a part with you.
my first question to them would have been like, um, you know what? Why do I have to deal with all, like I said earlier, I'm like, why do I have to deal with all this bullshit? You're making me utilize licensed contractors to do all this work because you won't let me do it and have it, you know, reviewed by your building inspector. I've got to have a licensed contractor do it, and the licensed contractor is fucking it up. Like, the licensed contractor doesn't know what the fuck the code is. Why the fuck am I using the licensed contractor that you fucking recommended, cockhole?
And getting charged twice.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super fun. Super fun. And you want to take a drink there and a slow clap for that baby
I'm
Ryan
gonna
rant?
I'm gonna have to refill. Oh, that's not. Yeah. Is
A
that it?
slow clap for a baby Ryan rant.
That
Is
was a
it?
baby
one?
Ryan,
A
right?
baby
Is it
Ryan
baby
rant.
Ryan?
Yeah.
Fucking crybaby
Yeah.
fuck. You call
Yeah.
Ryan that? Man, I sounded like a crybaby fuck right there. I'm sorry about that.
No, it was a Ryan rant. It's fucking. It's like
I
it's
don't
a
think
good thing.
anybody's
The
sad
people,
about it.
not one person actually. So
The people want what they want.
they want to hear you, man.
And it's
So-
it was Emmett Abram. Common sense has become an uncommon virtue.
Dude, you became Googler guy while Ryan was ranting.
Yeah.
Were
I'm saying I had time.
You were low key giggling in the
what?
background.
I
I
had
think
time.
I think this is going back to the sweatpants that he wants to wear with the Nikes, and we can get some bling bling on him and call him GG for Google guy.
Let's fucking go.
Dude,
I
we
better
need
have a
hat.
fucking. I better have like a gold chain.
It says
we need
Jarl.
a Jarl. GG Jarl. We're gonna get a bow. I'm getting a. You know what? You're the dude with the cricket, but I'm gonna fucking. You need to print out the fucking cricket vinyl that says, you know, the Jarl, GG Jarl for your boat, bro.
What the fuck is a cricket?
Whatever the
You-
fuck whatever your vinyl shit
You got to
comes
know
out
what a
on.
crumpet is to play cricket.
Oh my god.
What is
Talking
this?
about the British?
What is
Jesus,
this?
even I
Jose
gotta-
Canseco bat?
Even
Tell
I
me you didn't
got
play
a
money for
cricket.
this.
Like in the backyard?
Jose. Not that Jose. Let go of that Jose.
Rose B?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
It's going on the boat. When I come up to the gorge and I
Is
see your boat next, I'm putting a fucking vinyl sticker on it that says GG Jarl.
You're gonna be like, what the fuck is that?
That's pretty fucking awesome.
You're like, you better go to the Googles.
It's gonna look so blingy. It'll be awesome.
So Jarl, why don't
Yes.
you take us down some paranormal shit?
I don't
But
know where I don't remember where we ended up last time.
We ended up on dimensions and how like the CERN kaleidoscope, whatever the fuck it is.
The collider.
Yeah, kaleidoscope.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You mean those funky things that you put up to your
Look,
face and you click to the next and click and click?
No.
Yeah.
Kaleidoscope's the one that changes. The
Yeah, but it
clicker
had like
one,
the
you had to
that was
move it.
what
The
the
clicker
fuck
one
that
was
one?
like the clicker was the one where you'd like load it with like pictures of like elephants or whatever,
Yeah.
and it was like 3D.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
What the fuck was that one
Oh,
called?
elephants, right?
yeah, definitely elephants.
Elephants.
So just
Must
looking at
still be in
jungle
safari.
scenes.
You're like
Yeah.
in safari mode.
Yeah, jungle fever for sure.
Yeah, that wasn't. I think that was what one of them was called, but I don't remember. I mean, there was an elephant, but never mind.
Huh.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like the scene out of Ace Ventura, Pet Detective.
That was a
What-
that was a rhino.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was when nature calls. It wasn't Pet Detective. It was the second one.
That was
It's
beautiful.
fine.
It's a beautiful
It was.
thing.
I mean,
it was
everybody knew what I was talking about.
fine.
So
take us down
we ended up.
Kaleidoscopes and dimensions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what is it, the Hadron Collider? Yeah, we were talking about how it jumped us into a different dimension. So we're on a different path, maybe parallel, maybe sitting in a different one,
Yeah,
maybe
where
in the
people
same one, but it broke some stuff.
Yeah, like where we were talking about like different pieces where like how do you identify somebody from the old dimension that you came from versus the new one?
hmm
Like did Chick-fil-A have a K in it, or does it have just the C?
Well, so they're finding, like, they're going back and finding like pictures and stuff like that too, where like it has like a 1920s or 1930s scene,
Mhm.
and there's like a guy wearing shades and a zip up hoodie, like
Was
in
it
it.
because his future was so bright?
It could have been, but he's wearing like Oakleys and a zip up hoodie, and that wasn't a thing in the 20s and 30s. And some people like went back and looked at the film, like the original film, and they could tell that it wasn't uh doctored or anything like that. And then they just found in the UK, I think it is, a couple years ago, they found a modern like mining hand tool that was made out of metal
Mhm.
that carbon dated to be like over 2,000 years old, but it looked like it was from the early or the late 1800s, early 1900s.
Hmm.
The kind of iron that was in it and the way the handle and everything went through the iron, and it was really weird. So they're finding a lot of stuff around the world that was either from a civilization before us that was advanced, or people are like jumping this time ship and figured out how to travel back in time or travel forward in time, and these things are getting left behind and changing stuff. So you have like the Hadron Collider that's doing dumb shit, and people are thinking that it's changing the dimension, or people are just jumping through time. It's one big time machine, and people are jumping through time and messing up the timelines. It's kind of
It's
like one big cinematic adventure.
yeah, like your leaper was it Hayden
Oh,
Christensen?
Jumper?
Yeah,
yeah. No,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, whatever. Leaper, jumper,
The
same.
one with the one with Bruce Willis. That one.
No, that one's not. No.
No, that's not
Hi-
Time Cop.
No,
Solid
that,
movie though.
that was
Yeah, it
Jean-Claude
was.
Van Damme,
Yeah, that was.
baby.
No. Leaper was or Jumper was with Hayden Christensen and what? I can't remember his name. Why can't he's in Shawshank Redemption?
Oh, Tim Robbins.
Shawshank.
No, not Tim Robbins, the other dude. He's red in Shawshank.
Oh,
Can't.
Morgan Freeman.
Thank you. Thank God. Yeah,
It
Morgan
wasn't.
Freeman.
It wasn't Brooksy.
No, it wasn't Brooksy.
Brooksy was here.
The mouse.
So on the note that you're talking about, there's also a theory.
Talking about Bojangles, that was a totally different movie, asshole. That was the Green Mile.
No.
You're
What?
welcome.
Brooksy, whatever. No, there was a Brooksy in Shawshank.
I know, but he was talking about the little mouse.
I was,
The Green Mile.
I was
Oh, yeah.
I was being
Oh,
a dick. I'm
I didn't
sorry.
hear it. I was reading my next notes. Fuck you guys both. No, so there's another belief that works with the dimensional piece, but also that the humanity. Oh my god. Okay, I thought we were fucking. I thought we paused. Sorry, Alex is
I
paused.
think you're the only guy that's paused.
Fucking whatever. It might be the
Wow.
whiskey. Wow. So there's a belief right now that it's kind of coming actually more to light that falls in line with the dimensional piece, but that humanity actually resets every 12,000 years. I'll send you the link. It's basically uh, every 12,000 years a calamity happens and humanity can't overcome it. So that's why you have like all these other pieces, and throughout time you have these like ancient, monoliths that happen, and when the collider, do it in your fucking your voice there, dude.
I don't even.
I can't
I
do
don't,
it.
I don't think
Do
you've
it
ever
in
said
your walking.
collider.
You could totally
The
try it.
collider.
There you go.
Collider. Oh, you got some Christopher
collider.
Got some
Yeah.
Christopher Walken going on, huh?
So basically, humanity hasn't ever been able to fix it, and the collider was the last calamity, and humanity is on its way for its last reset. And so, or not last, the most current reset, but in essence, every 12,000 years, the humanity resets, and then it goes off in a different direction. Which is very interesting because a lot of the stuff that I was reading about it was pointing towards like every 12,000 years, the magnetic poles also shift in the Earth.
Yeah.
So the north becomes the south, and the south becomes the north.
Right.
Which then
So we were talking about kind of the magnetosphere, and
Mhm.
that they don't know whether that would just turn off and then reset after the poles moved, because some people are saying it takes, hundreds of thousands of years or whatever for it to move, and then some are like, no, it's 5,000, and then some are, saying that it takes a lot longer, but once they get to a certain point, it just goes, whoop, and just flips really fast, because they're looking at the iron deposits in rocks and seeing how fast it took them to turn following the North Pole,
Mhm.
and how much it went from like being almost straight to being on an angle to, okay, we're back,
Right.
type of thing. So yeah, there was a lot of scientists out there that think that it'll flip, but how fast they don't know, and whether like the magnetosphere will disappear, because if it does, then it exposes us to all kinds of radiation, and it can't, pretty much everybody will be cooked unless you're underground.
Which brings
Like
back
like in Demolition Man. I mean,
Did they go underground in
I
Demolition
don't
Man?
think they went.
That's where
I thought Demolition Man was where they used like the three fucking shells
The
or
three
something.
shells.
Yeah, but Wesley Snipes and his crew and everybody all lived underground.
I thought they got frozen or something.
Well, they were yeah, but all of his crew and everybody was underground.
Hold on.
I'm pretty sure.
Are we mixing Star Wars up with fucking like the mole people?
I think we
No,
are.
if we're gonna mix anything up, we'd have to mix up some Star Wars shit or some Star Trek shit.
Get
Because you're talking
out
Star
of
Trek.
here.
Star Wars.
He was frozen after a failed attempt to rescue a hostage from an illegal crime.
You gotta watch the whole show again, bro.
They're both sentenced to be cryogenically frozen in 1996.
I can't listen.
That's the Demolition Man plot.
I
Yeah,
can't.
that's the plot. But
The only
Snipes.
the only reason why I liked that show was Sandra Bullock.
She was a smoke show back then.
Smoke show still.
Yeah, she's pretty out.
not wrong for 50 something. All right, but I digress.
Yeah, so if they would make sense for all the underground bases, right? All the elites, they know that something's going to happen, so they got these.
But what else would
Sweet
what would
underground
make
shelters.
the magnetosphere go away? Global warming.
a gigantic. So that's been
Get
proven
out
that
of
it's
here
wrong.
with your fucking green thumb
No, I'm
bullshit.
asking. I'm just saying. I'm not.
So
I'm a super tard with all the paranormal stuffs and conspiracy theories and you know.
a big enough nuke.
I mean, the only thing I know about the Hadron Collider is, the Higgs boson and the God particle stuff. So I can't say I
Yeah.
paid much more attention than that, but
Well, they just tore a hole in the fucking time-space continuum and found out
Yeah,
there's
like
other dimensions. Like 2 months ago or 3 months ago.
Yeah, well, and they're talking about like the God particle, where like if you do something right now that somebody across the galaxy that's like that counterpart to that God particle can feel it, and vice versa. So, and
Well,
it happens simultaneously. It's not like light speed or double or triple light speed. It's simultaneous. It happens at the same time.
the
Uh,
other portions of us had better figure out a way to fund a meadery.
yeah, they probably already figured
Like
it out. They're probably
right
living
now.
fat. They don't even care. This
no,
is a bad dream. We're
right,
their bad dream right now.
right.
Fucking dicks.
So, like a big enough nuke could jack up the magnetosphere. A gigantic solar flare, it could take the
We
whole
got
thing down.
we
It's
got
like a
team
big
we got Team America for that shit.
dude, and freedom only costs
Fucking
$1.05.
facts.
You remember when freedom cost $1.05?
I remember when Freedom cost
Bucko
$1.05.
five.
Do you remember that
I don't
Michael
know.
Bay sucks at
I just
making
remember getting
movies
into
like
the
Pearl
back of the
Harbor?
limousine, getting ass fucked.
No, he didn't. He just cleaned off his mouth, if you remember appropriately.
Are you talking about Little Bow Wow?
We're talking about America. Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
you're still talking about Team America.
Coming again to save the
Oh.
motherfucking day, yeah. You know, it's
That's,
interesting.
that should be our theme song, like
Oh man.
our opening song one time, like on a
Fuck.
Friday night when we do Valk After Dark.
Yeah. I'm sure that
We should
those
just get Martin
Gee,
Antonio to sing America Fuck Yeah
There you
for
go.
us. Just cover
fuck
it.
yeah. Yeah.
America.
It would be the most fucking like awesome country fucking twang with fucking just a whole bunch of awesome throat
I'm gonna
vocals.
text him tomorrow and see if he'll do a cover of America Fuck Yeah
That'd
and
be
send it
awesome.
to us.
Yeah, it's interesting when you talk about this. There's a bunch of other stuff that actually could cause the magnetosphere to shift as well. One of the things that they think is a theory, and they is very vague because you can go 7,000 fucking pages deep on Google and figure this out. Try to figure out what's up, but moving through an asteroid belt or also anything that has a magnetic, like if there's something that's bigger than us that moves past the Earth at any point, um, can really just change the magnetic flow of the Earth.
Well, the moon does it, right?
Yeah.
So, and there's two kind of like big things, right? There's the stuff that we've been taught in school
And the
that
starbase. That is the moon.
Earth is round and that the moon is round and that affects our tidal,
Wait.
our tides and everything,
The
and
Earth is round.
that we are moving through space, right?
So you're saying the
And
Earth's
then
not
there's
flat?
well, I mean, I don't know if it could be. I've never been to space. But
Hmm.
the other one is that Earth is a
I agree.
stationary object that's, round or flat or gigantic, and we're on this tiny little piece with ice walls or whatever you might believe. But it's still stationary, and the moon is still moving around it, and it's not traveling through space, right? And
Yeah.
like the theory behind that is when you look up the stars over all these different seasons, you can track where all the stars are. So if we were flying through space and we were in a different portion of space, then the
Stars
stars
would
would
move.
always look different.
Yep.
And the stars in Japan look different from the stars in the United States.
But they're
And
always in the same locations.
they're always in the
Wait.
same locations, right? Yeah, they're different locations than here in the States, but they're always in the same location where they are. Right? So I would tend to believe that we're stationary. We're on the same path. Like if we're rotating around the sun, then we're rotating around it in the same space. And then shit's flying past us. But yeah, I just don't think it makes sense for us to be moving through a different part of space.
Right. So you have
And
like, so to paint the picture, let me jump in and paint the picture for Ryan, because he has the same glazed over look that I had the very first time I heard the theories, right?
I'm just
So
trying to follow what he's saying. I don't
so
necessarily disagree. I don't think that we're traveling through space because
so
I agree.
n-
Things would change.
yeah, so Neil deGrasse Tyson and so many astrophysicists, all these fucking super brainy people, state that the sun is moving in a linear projection, right? And when it's moving through space, it's moving and it's dragging the Earth and the solar system behind it. And so it's moving around. So you have a couple of thoughts on that don't make sense to me, because number one, if we're moving through space, then everything would change. I don't think that's real. I just don't like.
Unless by your just your description there, everything's being dragged with it. Then isn't
Well,
space being dragged with it?
well,
And all
so
of the stars are being dragged with it, and
no, because
that's why we're not stationary and everything's moving at the same pace we are moving because everything's being
the,
dragged. That's what you
but
just said, right?
no, I said the solar system. So that's going to be all the way out to
And
whatever
that
you
doesn't
decide
the
is
solar
Pluto.
system doesn't include the stars.
No.
well, our solar system is different than like the Milky Way. That would be
Galaxy. The
the
galaxy.
galaxy that we're in. And we've never seen, our galaxy looking back, right? We've seen our solar system. We've sent something out of our solar system and looked back. But
I feel like I'm that guy sitting on the bench with a box of chocolates waiting for the fucking bus.
There's
well,
there's
and like
This is why I don't like delve into the whole like Google sphere
I'm
of
we
conspiracy
we
and
literally need to start sending him shit for him to look at. So
he
that way
wouldn't look at it. He
no
wouldn't
no
look
no.
at it.
I'm
That's
just
why.
gonna fucking title it a KSL fucking deal. Or
There you
Right,
go.
Facebook
side
too.
by side.
there you go. If you put a price tag on it and it looks like it's a good deal, I'll probably read the
It's a
text.
$1.05. Everything's a $1.05.
Nice.
But
I
yeah, I think you're right. If the sun is dragging us along, then space has to be expanding
yeah.
at the same rate that the
Which-
sun is moving through space,
Which I need a C3PO to figure out that fucking odds, but I bet you it's 1 in 10 trillion, which is not a possibility.
or probably more.
Yeah. The other thing too that's interesting to think about, right? When we're going down these paths, so if you were to take, like, let's just say, um, a plate, and you spun the plate, and the plate had marbles in it. You spun the plate, right? And the marbles do what? Centrifugal force does what with things? It pushes things outward, right?
Shoots them over the edge. Yeah.
Yeah. So no matter what, the centrifugal force is stronger than the gravity that is there. So the weird question is, to me, is if we're spinning, right? If we are spinning and centrifugal force pushes things externally, and we're spinning at whatever millions of miles an hour that we're spinning at, in theory, then we would be forced off the edge of this fucking globe.
Well,
That's a solid drink. That's my favorite bourbon.
because of so you know how like we would be labeled as like, and you've probably heard it before, that we're like carbon
Carbon beans.
yeah, carbon beings. I think that we're also like very much electrical too, and I think gravity works more off of less centrifugal and more of an electrical. We need like those ions and like the electrical from the
Yeah.
earth and to have that gravity. So I think it's more
I
electrical
think it's
than
a
it is
I
a
think
solid
it's a
iron core.
symbiotic relationship.
Yeah. So
Well,
when they
so
talk about anti-gravity, they're just disrupting the earth's like magnetic wavelength and
so
they're able to levitate.
my example, what I'm trying to get at here is, right. Do you remember the 49th Street Galleria or the Fun Dome? It had the gravitron in it.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Ooh, sucked against the side.
And then you would walk up the side as you're spinning, right?
Hmm.
So that's not spinning as fast as Earth is in
No.
theory, right? But you still get sucked against the side and you slide up the side as it's spinning at whatever hundreds of miles an hour it's spinning at. Well, maybe call it 150 miles an hour, right? So my question is, with all these things that are going on, and like this whole traveling through space, not traveling through space, all of them say we're still spinning in circles. We
Okay,
are
well, the
day
same
and
could be
night.
said if you're driving down the road in a
Mhm.
car at 80 miles per hour. You're not actually moving at 80 miles per hour. You're sitting in the car. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it.
So you're still moving through and not getting sucked up against the wall, but you're in the car and
So
you're still
what?
stationary.
The
So
the
if
question
the Earth is the car, dude. We're just sitting in the seats.
still
Like,
would spin. It doesn't
I
matter
know,
though. That's
but it's the acceleration of it that sucks you against the
so
wall.
we're just born at 2 million miles an hour,
It's
or
1,800 miles per hour or something like that. So yeah,
whatever it is in a
we're
spin.
Yeah,
yeah.
I came out 2.5 months early, so I can go. I was probably like
Yeah, you're
2,000
probably
miles an hour.
2,000 miles per hour. Yeah, you
Yeah,
almost got sucked against the wall,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. I almost probably turned into splatter. Yeah,
But we're born and it's already spinning, right? If it's spinning.
if
If it's spinning.
That's what I'm
So,
trying to say. There's a lot
right.
of
There's a
ifs.
whole lot of ifs, right? Because now it's kind of like, do we trust it? Do we trust what they said?
I was gonna say, I think that
Is
sounds
it
like a lot of what ifs.
is it
What if?
round? Is it flat? Is it way
What if?
bigger? Because if it's way bigger, like we've talked about, and Asgard is actually on the same planet,
What if it's the
and
red? What if it's the
and
red pill?
Atlantis is on the same planet, and it's massive, and
Did
it's
you say
spinning
if?
that fast.
Did you say if Atlantis is?
Atlantis.
Oh, Atlantis.
Alanis Morissette?
I
Yes.
was
Oh
like,
yeah.
what?
Now we're talking about God, right? That's shit. She's God.
For like
Dogma.
not
Dogma.
Yeah.
shaving your
Dogma.
armpits.
Solid.
I fucking love that show.
But you know what it could be? The whole fucking thing.
Hmm.
MK Ultra.
Get me wrong. It could all be. This is all fucking some sort of government mind control shit.
Wait,
Right?
MK Ultra, is that a new beer?
Dude, do you not
I
know
might as
this?
well.
Holy shit, man.
Dude,
So,
you're like prime time for control time.
man. All right.
Like you're gonna be the guy from Zoolander that plays the record. Like here's Enter Sandman, and they put in the extra verse, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're just triggered, and you're like
Yeah, I'll
going
be
to try
like,
and
da,
shoot
la,
somebody.
la, happy, happy. Ha, 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 ha.
So, not wrong, because that's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is. So MK Ultra was actually a CIA experiment that started in the 60s. No, not 60s, the 40s, right? It was like,
40s,
It's
end
into
of
the
the
40s,
yeah.
late
into the
40s,
50s.
early 50s.
And they just released the document in 2018.
Yeah, I'm familiar.
Depicting everything else. So I was watching a show, and I was just like, I was just fucking watching this
Is it
documentary.
Men Who Stare at Goats?
Mhm.
No, but that actually is a
That was
hilarious movie.
It is actually super funny.
Fucking stupid fucking
You
movie.
know that movie's about MK Ultra.
I know.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know it is.
Yeah.
There's like so many underlying tones, but that shit is a fucking hilarious movie. Man, this is like this is leadership in movies. That's what this is tonight. We're fucking dropping movie quotes
It's
left
like
and right.
movie trivia.
Yeah.
Now we're
So
talking. Now we're talking my game. Here we go.
so MK Ultra, I was just watching this flick and I can't remember what it was, probably on Amazon Prime. They seem to be conspiracy theorists. But like
Yeah, they're pretty good with that shit.
Mhm.
yeah, they're really good with it, right?
The
So
high man in the man in the high castle. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's pretty good. Time
I haven't
travel.
seen that one. Oh, I'm gonna have to look into that.
You haven't seen that one, dude? That's
No.
like if we lost World War II
Yeah, it's
and
bad-
the
it's
Russians
pretty
got
badass.
half, or the Germans got half and the Japanese got half of the
Wow.
United States. But then there's like little glimpses into these films that are in our dimension where we won, and
Right.
it starts fucking shit up. It's crazy.
It's like the Truman Show. Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it's
Crazy.
Really, it's a trip.
Yeah, it's pretty
On
wild.
a solid note, by the way, if you ever want to see Chris Pratt play a really fucked up person who murders bitches, like straight murders people, Terminal List.
Oh yeah, I
That's
loved
a good
that.
movie.
I
The
don't know how we went from Men Who Stare at Goats to the Terminal List, but that shit was bomb.
I am on episode 4, but anyway, I
So
digress.
there's supposed to be a prequel coming out for that.
There's an entire book series about it, written by the Navy SEAL guy, and it's like next level. Not that any of us actually have time to read, but yeah.
As long as it's on Audible, I can
Yeah,
listen
it's
to it
on
while I
Audible.
drive. But yeah,
S-
oh my God,
s-
I loved it. Loved that
So,
flick.
so anyway, so I'm sitting there watching this, right? And like it starts talking about MK Ultra, and I was like, oh, cool, we're doing some like, light conspiracy theory proven real reading at this point. I was like, this is like surface level conspiracy theory shit. And they start talking about like
I
how
like how you I like how you try I like how you minimize it and like
this is
play it
like
down.
super
Like
surface level shit from what me and Alex actually look at.
this is kindergarten stuff. Oh my God, help me. Like I have to
Yeah,
digress. I can't believe
no,
I'm here again. Oh Jesus.
it's real. It's real, and I'm just being kind of conscious of time, so I'm just gonna let you know. I'm gonna try to like
So
Oh,
touch
because you
on it.
sounded real condescending and fucking crybaby right there. So I'm just
Ah,
saying.
no, man. Like it's actually this like MK Ultra is like entry level conspiracy theory shit.
no, it's not even entry level, dude. It goes really really deep, and
Well, I'm talking about
like
as far as like jumping into the conspiracy theory realm. It's a really easy one to follow because it's been proven real.
well, yeah, well, and it'll show you how fucking crazy they make everybody think that they are, and now the
Cool.
Hmm.
documents are released, and you're like, oh, well, they weren't so fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Except for Charles Manson, that motherfucker was crazy, and guess what he was a part of?
MK Ultra.
Doo-doo-doo.
MK Ultra. You know how many times he got bailed out of jail for doing some crazy shit that he should have fucking went away for?
All the
Way
time.
before all the murders? I think it was like 8 times, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he knows things.
They
Because
were
he was part of their experiment. They were
yeah.
testing shit on him constantly.
Yeah, so they were really so it's crazy because it gives a breakdown. I'll have to find out what it was, but it gives a breakdown of where it started. And like you're talking like the CIA was paying these like national institutions. Stanford was involved, University of Iowa was involved, like to do fucking mind altering experiments. It started off with LSD, and LSD became too uh
Light.
well, no, it was like too unpredictable, too unstable.
Well, there's a whole section of it too that was done by the government that was done in house
Hmm.
where they were snatching up like undesirable kids and they were taking people's kids from them. So
Hmm.
there's this whole slew of kids that grew up in this program that were considered undesirable or bad kids or kids with some kind of disorder, and
Very,
they
very Jason Bourne-esque.
Yeah.
yeah,
LaFemme
exactly.
Nikita and
Well, and
Hannah.
it's just like the bullshit that we were talking about before. They throw this shit out to you and put it in your face in Hollywood, and
Hmm.
Right.
then it's
Yep.
just
Yep.
true. Like they
Yep.
have to show it off.
I've
And
I've always had I'm not huge into the conspiracy theory stuff, but I've always had a belief if somebody's written a script about it, it's not far fetched. It's somebody.
right.
There's a
Yeah.
reason that shit came around.
Well,
It's like Wag the Dog. That shit happens all the time.
Yep.
and now they're coming out with a movie. I don't know if you knew this or not, called MK Ultra. It's out. It's streaming now, and it's literally all about this. I'm
Well,
sure that more
I'll have to do some kindergarten homework, I guess. Watch
it's
it,
more
What?
check it out.
surface level. But the guy who played in Hell on Wheels, was it Anson
Oh
Mount
yeah,
or whatever?
yeah, yeah.
He's the main character in it.
Nice.
He's also in that new Star Trek show. Uh, Dude always has awesome hair. I'm really jealous of his hair.
Mm-hmm.
He's like my hair crush. But yeah, it's all over. I mean, I think Rogan even has one talking with Tom O'Neill about MK Ultra and
This
the
shit's
history of it. It's everywhere.
dude. It's crazy when you start seeing it happen. Like when you start like you do just surface level investigation of MK Ultra, and then you realize in 2018 they released the MK Ultra documents, and then you realize that in-house stuff, um, like all these like Stanford University was being paid by the CIA to deal with the unwanted, right? Uh, People in nut houses or insane asylums were
Mm-hmm.
just being experimented on, and that you watch this progression of personnel
being just completely stripped of everything they ever had or whoever they were and changed, and you can literally fucking follow it, and you're just like, okay, well, maybe America was the hero for so long they became the villain.
I think we were the villain. I think we were the villain after World War II.
I agree.
Yep.
I think we've
I
been
agree.
the villain since after World War II.
Agreed.
But
And it sucks because all of us are service members, and we were like, it's like you had a all of a sudden we stepped out of that indoctrination,
yeah.
and that's
Yeah. I mean, you got all sorts of stuff like that, right? You got like the Manchurian candidate, which, you know, I mean, look who's president right now. But things
fucking
like that.
lizard people have made it
Right.
in the presidency.
well, and
Right?
that's where like that whole MK Ultra thing comes into what our previous topic was about, is how much of that is true and how much of it was stuff that was placed there by the CIA because they knew they could manipulate people by the media, the
Yeah.
news, the television, all that stuff, just through those findings that they did with MK Ultra, and how much of that shit is true and how much of it is false, right? The everyday guy doesn't have money to go buy a rocket with a big camera on it and shoot it up into space.
Yeah.
Nor are you allowed to.
Right.
You can't shoot anything up past 10,000 feet or 5,000 feet or something like that without notifying the FAA, so they immediately know what you're doing.
Mm. But you can actually
So
create a sub out of bubble wrap and fucking descend and see what happens.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because nobody cares what happens down there.
Yeah, I mean
That's a realm of stupidity that's just waiting to fucking bubble up.
I see what you did there.
there.
You're welcome. See, I do pay attention.
Well,
But
no,
yeah, so
but it's the same thing, like we said, like, and we've kind of talked about it on a lot of different levels. So the paranormal and the conspiracy side, they intermene and they like intertwine
there's a lot of
consistently.
overlap.
Yeah, like, you can't go past, what is it, 113th parallel or whatever in fucking Antarctica or some shit like that.
Yeah,
You're not
the,
allowed
Did you
to.
the Antarctic
did you,
Treaty.
did you get my
Yeah.
fucking link that I sent you that they're sending cruise ships over there now? We're going, bro.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
they don't let you go anywhere.
Oh, we can get there.
No, I know they let you go
It-
there, but
listen,
you can't
we can-
go anywhere once
yeah.
you get there.
There,
Oh, yeah,
there's
we
a
can,
there's
we'll get there.
There's a shoot order.
We got the GG Jarl expedition going. Let's get it
We
on,
just need to
bro.
get a bigger boat, bro.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
I'm all in on doing adventure-y shit, right? Absolutely. I'm just
So
not in on fucking battling arachnids and fucking the cold.
no,
not?
see, we just
Tell me you don't want to see it.
We
If-
just
why
gotta
wouldn't you want to
go
see it?
I
to the
totally do.
We just gotta
Dude,
go to the library.
I'm total Starship Trooper mode right now. When they fucking say, "Would you like to know more?" I'll be like, "Fuck yeah, let's know more. Why not?"
We just gotta go to the Library of Congress or online and pull all the information out that the CIA put out about astral projection, and just
Asshole.
astro project
Asshole
to
projection. What?
Yeah. No.
the Antarctic.
You had me at asshole projection.
I mean, that's the stuff that you pull out of the ER.
That's
It's
a you
true.
thing. It's not so much a us thing. That's a
feeling
you
like
and
I'm-
Rudy thing.
I feel
That's
like
a
I
you
need
and
a
and Boat.
I feel like I need a Coke
Doc
right
and
now.
boat.
Wasn't it Captain West that had the whole thing about
It was
Antarctica?
Admiral Byrd, and then
Admiral Byrd, yeah.
Then there was the something. Yeah, what was it? Something West.
Yeah.
But yeah, the CIA just released the documents about astral projection too, and that it's real, that people can do it.
Farsight.
And
Isn't it called Farsight? It is called Farsight, I think. I watched a
I've
whole
never-
bunch of shit on that too. I feel like we've
I've
super
never heard
aligned.
it called. I've never heard it called Farsight, but yeah, people that have seen like the dark side of the moon, that have
I'm
astral projected there, or like taken the coordinates and astral projected to Mars, and people that have done it all over the planet.
realizing I work too much.
It's like something viewing. It's
Remote viewing.
remote viewing. Thank you.
Yeah,
That's
so
what it was.
remote viewing and astral projection are a little bit different. But remote viewing is something that they have the papers on and everything, and you can go. There's a guy who was on, fuck, I think it was a Sean Ryan show, who actually teaches courses and has an app on how you can
Remote
do
view.
remote viewing.
Bro,
How
I'm
you can
fucking
teach yourself.
I'm in on remote viewing because so the CIA also just recently released documents on like it's all declassified, right? Except for the names and
Uh-huh.
times, right? And locations. But it's like a fucking how to remote view.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm
Like
like,
it's a real thing.
yeah.
Like they
And then
used it on the Russians. Like
during the
Russians
Cold
used
War,
it
yeah,
on us. Yeah,
during the Cold War, yeah. And
yeah,
it's like all like documented in military style documentation. So like there's an op
yeah.
order and everything else.
Standard naval format.
Yeah.
So there was one story where they did it and they leaked information to the Russians because the Russians knew that we were working on it,
Mhm.
and we knew that they were collecting traffic from what we were sending,
Mhm.
and we leaked one to them saying that we had figured it out and that we had people that were remote viewing a certain place, and we basically broke down the coordinates and stuff like that in the letter and sent it via and talked about it, but it was something that we saw via spy plane.
Mhm.
And so they immediately thought, oh shit, like they can see everything. And they started scrambling. And then not too far after that, they actually figured out how to do it and do it consistently.
Yeah. Brian just over there looking at what remote viewing is and astral projection and shit. Like, ah, fuck.
He pulled up
Yeah,
Astro
it
Glide.
came up with a butt plug. That's all I could that's all I could find.
Yeah, I mean that's fucking awesome.
It's just going with your Google history is what
Yeah,
is
that's
going
all
on.
that clear your cache, delete your cookies. Like,
Oh, speaking of cookies, it's Chips Ahoy time, man.
absolutely is. I think we've had a great cast tonight. A lot of people are like, well, this is a fucking weird cast, but well, this is what it's like to hang out with us. So my neighbor actually let me know today. He was sitting there and we were outside bullshitting for a minute, and we'll wrap up after this. But he's like, "Yeah, dude, I binge listened to your fucking podcast," and he's like, "I felt like I was just hanging out with you for 8 hours." I was like, "How was that?" He's like, "It was like hanging out with you."
How was that?
Terrible.
It was
It was
fucking
absolutely
horrible.
terrible.
Like hanging out with us is dumb, but we
Terrible, Kenny.
appreciate you.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Before we log off, so let's put a pin on this. I'd like to follow up on the astral projection, remote viewing. Actually, I'd like to focus on that for the next podcast overall because I think those can actually help out people. I'd like to figure out how to do it. I mean, are you guys in on an experiment?
So
I mean, I think if you
I'm
if
totally
you're if you increase your dosing on the micro dosing, you might get there.
I think I'm totally out on the astral projection because there's a whole lot of stuff that says the second you go out of your body, everything is trying to find it and get back in.
Yep,
So if you don't make it back in time,
yep,
like you're fucked. Kind of like that movie. I forget what that movie was. Insidious.
yep.
Like that was pretty much a prescription to,
I
yeah,
don't
you might.
I don't watch scary shows, so
That's how
It was an accidental watch for me.
yeah, you want to talk
But
about evil and how fucking people do wrong shit to people all the time and fucking annihilate, like humans annihilating humans. It's fucking because there's evil spirits out there waiting to get into fucking bodies, and as soon as you get out of
100%.
yours, they're jumping in and doing some insane
Yeah,
fucking.
did
No,
he just
no,
do
no,
some not
no.
plausible shit? He just fucking openly
did.
admitted his shit's real?
he said it. He's seen
No,
it.
I'm saying it's
He's seen it in
plausible.
the ER.
No,
Yeah.
fuck off,
He's
man.
seen it.
You
No,
fucking admitted it.
No, that's one of my.
Now
That's
it's real.
how.
You said it
that-
out loud. You spoke the words.
No,
It's
those
true
are
now.
those are
Fuck
stories
off.
that I've heard, and that's a rationalization that I can come up with. That kind of a situation is in seeing what other humans can do to other humans, and like well, we can get dark, but
Yeah, we don't need to.
we don't have time. We don't have
let-
time to get that. We don't have time to get that dark right now. But
let's do.
but I
let's
think
do
there's
a
I
how
think there's
to on
evil.
remote viewing.
Yeah, I think there's evil, and I think there's evil out there waiting to get into a a vector that can allow them to be evil. And yeah, out of body experience stuff is definitely not something I'm interested in playing around with. That you're taking me back to the Ouija board played as a feather bullshit now.
Nope, I'm out on that shit. Yeah,
Yep.
it's fine.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah, it's fine with
100%
me.
out.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do a follow up on this next week with the remote viewing. Maybe we do a little bit of a how to. Let's look homework for everybody.
You mean like remote viewing when somebody tells me they got a computer problem and I'm like, share your fucking screen, man. I can't fucking see what you're doing.
I need your IP address.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
doing stupid shit. Turn that off. Reboot.
Yeah, that's what happened with your computer tonight. Your shit's fucking good now.
Fuck. Yeah. Even a cow knows to reboot.
So apparently, Alex, you're a cow because you told no review.
Moo.
So moo.
No, it's a Dilbert cartoon that I've held on to for literally 15 something years in IT stuffs.
That's fucking funny. Well, gentlemen, it's time. I'd like to do a huge shout out to our sponsors. As always, thank you to the Bearded Viking Mead Company and the Bearded Viking. One day we're gonna get paid to do this. It's gonna be awesome. Super stoked about that day.
That'll be
That's
fun.
crazy talk.
Thank
That
you
is-
to
that is- speaking of paranormal crazy talk.
thank you to all of you listeners who made it this far in this episode, because this was a fucking shit show of an episode. It
you
was a lot of
fast-
fun.
I think they fast forward. They're like, I want to hear the credits because the credits are fun.
Yeah,
I like when he
absolutely.
says, I like when Doc steals cheers, motherfuckers, or just I like it when he says fuck you, you fucking fuck.
Fuck you, you fucking fucks is a solid fucking version of you in real life. It's who you are.
All of
Thanks to Rogue Industries for all the shirts and apparel, and Boss Graphic Design for all the cool designs. We have one new Vox shirt coming out, and then we are holding off until we open up. So grab that, buy some fucking cool swag. We're at the IW hike, selling our gear, our swag, all of the things, veteran owned and operated. When we are there for that week and that week only, if you use the hashtag IW in your checkout, it will be a 15% off discount code, and then
He
we'll
said
donate
50. I heard him say 50.
15, and then we will donate an additional 10% to the IW to help veterans and stop committing suicide.
10% of the 15% or 10% of the whole.
10% of no, additional 10%, my friend. Come on, keep up here. Come on, you need to drink more whiskey. Your math will be better.
I think I literally had a 5-finger whiskey, man.
Fair enough.
Plus additional. I'm like on 6-7 fingers.
Like it's
That's-
the first time you've had
that's-
6 or 7.
Oh,
fingers.
that's definitely bigger than my butt plug, yo.
Like the 6-finger man. It's fine.
You're welcome.
Dumb.
Happy visual Wednesday.
Yep. With that being said, guys, I am Viko the Bearded One. Call me JT.
I'm y'all.
You know what you're doing.
I'm Doc. Fuck you, you fucking fucks.
Cheers,
You
motherfuckers.
played this game before.
That was a fucking good podcast, actually. I had a
Your
lot of fun on that
mind was made up. Once you walk through the door. Then you go dancing dirty. Hips moving on
Oops.
back and forth.
We literally have a new term. You might think you're cool, but are you fucking... Are you so cool that you muted fucking Britney Spears riding 2 tigers while 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 tigers
We
while
should have a
tigers
fucking
while
dash
tigers
cam
while
for just this
tigers
kind of
while
shit.
tigers while tigers while